I've also said this before, and everything worked out perfectly fine. So.
Yeah, I totally didn't cut you off. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, also, sorry in advance if my internet drops at all tonight. I think we're supposed to have severe thunderstorms pass through, so...
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
You're not controlling the weather?
I fucking wish, dude. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe I am controlling the weather. I am a known thunderstorm enjoyer.
And there you go. There you go. More important than D&D.
Yeah, let's say I'd never believe you would control the weather to interrupt D&D.
Oh, that is... Okay, yeah, that is... Man, I'm torn now.
I might, for when I'm not prepared, but...
I mean, is that all the time?
Ouch.
Sorry.
Yes, also yes. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's okay, it'll
fine.
Be... It's okay.
It's gonna be it'll probably be improv. It's fine. When is it nothing? So, any final thoughts? Are we ready? I know y'all are pretty much waiting on me, but I figured I'll check.
No. I'm ready for the recap.
Yes. Ready. So, where we left off in February, so it's been nearly 3 months. That helps too. The party had been continuing their journey within the docks of Durandal. While you were taking the atmosphere of the various stores and aquatic fairs, they mused about various fish and aquatic life forms with very little expertise about either in a long, open conversation while standing around the docks. Yog, after coming to the conclusion that his knowledge of swimming creatures was not enough to magically turn into one, instead chose to turn into a venomous snake for a brief moment in the middle of the docks, but fortunately didn't seem to attract too much attention in doing so. They managed to find a courier service, which Val took advantage of, being somewhat rushed through by a older woman, but took on the 2 letters/parcels that she was given. And they made their way back to the Laughing Stallion. On the way, they arrived in a bustling portion of the city and met Sybil, one of the many stall merchants in the kind of entertainment district of the city near the All Worlds Market. She sold each of the party members a simple yet well-crafted crocheted scarf of various, say, flamboyancies of color and patterns. The party continued their journey to the Stallion after Daelin made a very quick excursion and then quick sprint back to rejoin the party before they got too far away from him. Once they were fully back together, they followed Sybil's instructions to a communal notice board, more in the inner portion of the city, that might provide some work for the party who had been finding themselves without too much direction lately. Val, upon arrival, exchanged some quick Elvish words with the guard who had been keeping an eye on the area, and despite Codex's laments, the party focused in on a posting regarding a quote-unquote crotchety dwarf, rather than dealing with the various dishwashing and bartender positions that were posted. And the party took note of the address listed for further investigation, as the position was asking for overnight security at that address. Shortly before arriving at the party's favored tavern, a rather awkward conversation regarding the Temple of Altheus occurred between Yog and Val. While it started with good intentions, it may have ended up doing a little more harm than good as they went through that, revealing some different small pieces of information as that conversation occurred. But to ease the potential tension, Daelin revealed the source of his excursion in form of a animal sketchbook, which some may just call it a children's book, that he gifted to Yog, who was thrilled and found himself very focused in the contents of the book. As the party entered the Stallion, Codex and Val stepping in first, Yog and Daelin admiring the illustrated pages of the book, they were quickly met by a member of the Woodsmen, as Codex for a brief moment feared for his life as the person kind of quickly approached them. The soldier, who eventually introduced themselves as Abrian Ursus, spoke urgently about the need for the party to follow them to Captain Othello, despite the late hour, about an important development. The party quickly left the pub, but not before Abrian emphasized the need for discretion along the journey, which Daelin very loudly followed. And the party left their own devices, quickly stowed away the incredibly fragile book, and managed to secure some to-go chicken meals from the familiar bartender Marissa, who you had some fleeting words with. As you quickly left the bar, following Abrian, who actually during this, or before leaving the pub, had removed their rather identifying cloak, led the party through the city to an alleyway in the manufacturing portion of town, where they met Captain Othello, where she detailed why she had brought them, or why she had summoned them there, again at a later hour. Upon the woodsmen having learned of the Goblin Cave that the party had cleared, they had investigated, as they were wont to do, to ensure that the party's story met up and that their due diligence was done. Captain Othello said they were still very pleased by the party's efforts. Everything properly lined up with what they had been told. However, upon the group's investigation of the cave, they found that there was evidence of drugs being manufactured there. And furthermore, the captain then told them that there was evidence present of a woodsman having been there in the very recent past. As well as supplies that seem to have been brought there from the city rather than something that may have been pilfered from the road, as goblins can frequently do. With that said, the captain presented them with her plan in order to root out the likely mole of the group. The next day, she planned to inform the woodsmen of the goblins being eradicated and being very specific of the details of the cave, while leaving out the idea of the drugs being found and the presence of the woodsman, just simply informing them that that particular cave had been eliminated. She then planned to follow one of two suspicious members of the I can't say army, of the militia, one of whom being a female half-elf by the name of Sandra Wright, someone that Othello described as clever but not without insubordination problems. And she wishes for the party to tail one of the newer guards, a human male named Brendan Traff, a simpler man who's known to have family outside the city but not much else, and seems to have been lacking in discipline and order that the role requires. Those two soldiers were deemed the most suspicious, and Othello wishes to get more information of them discreetly after they have been told of the cave being eradicated. The plan would be for her to inform the soldiers at noon the following day, which will be at the beginning of both of those two soldiers' shifts, of the news, and the intention of the party after that shift, as Traff is dismissed, to tail him discreetly without her intending them to directly confront him, to see what information they can glean from following him. She provided Valith specifically with a sending stone that could be used if before noon the next day, if the party wished to back out of the arrangement, as the captain would need to know prior to telling the soldiers. And I know at the end of the session, we basically ended the session with Captain Othello leaving, but I figured, given that, again, it's been 3 months, if you had any other questions that you wanted to ask her, we can retcon it a little bit and basically say, prior to her leaving, after you guys accepting, if there's anything in character that you wanted to ask, or any clarifying details that you wanted to ask out of character at this point.
So the sending stone was, so that was that specifically only if we just didn't want to do it the next morning, or is that also for, like, reporting back after?
I think it could be for any use. I believe it's only once a day, so that
Yeah.
has to be kept in mind. So it was primarily for canceling, basically. And then also, what she had said was, you know, this may be a multi-day operation, so she would use that to communicate to you, essentially a schedule or any change of plans. So it's not it could be used for other things. Just the primary purpose was, canceling.
Great.
She was somewhat vague on, you know, other means of contacting you, but I think, you know, the idea being she knows where you guys are staying. It's not like you guys are completely disappearing, but yeah, it could be used in other ways. And you guys were very happy about getting her phone number, effectively.
I mean, not, I think we talked about this last session. Othello is not on that list.
Right. So, what would you like to do? Again, yeah, we can say that she's left and you guys are left to your own devices, but I just wanted to open that window since it had been so long. And you can do some talking out of character before she leaves if we want to plan that out. And keeping in mind, it is late-ish. It's not like midnight. It's a bit past dinner time now. It's after dark. It's probably just the sun had just fully set, so it's probably about 9 p.m. In the evening.
I guess we just really decide, like, what job we want to take, or all of them at once.
All of them? Well, I don't think that's not possible, though. We can't. I think the cat one we could slot in with the second one, but I don't think we could feasibly do the forest people and then that old dwarf job. I don't think that would work out. But I think the cat one we could slot in wherever we want. So
I think that was an opportunity we shouldn't pass up. Just saying.
Val would not vote for that one, but me, Grim, as a player, I think we should.
The cat one. Yeah.
Kitty cat. Yeah.
Yog wants to do the cat one for sure. That's priority for Yog.
So also question. So we're supposed to tail this guy at the end of his shift, right? Not like immediately after they've been told.
Oh, I thought it was like the whole thing.
So that was actually a point I wanted to put up. So me as a DM intended you guys after the shift, and I think Daelin asked when Othello was like grilling you guys to recap. Daelin said after they've been told and throughout the shift, and me not recognizing that said yes, but the captain meant after the shift only.
Okay.
So during the shift, from noon to 8, you guys you don't need to be tailing them.
I mean, it does make more sense.
Yeah.
So we have the day to do stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys aren't required to. You guys are required to, you know, confirm before noon, or rather, decline before noon. No, not hearing back from you means you guys are in. And because you guys have already accepted, basically, you guys said you would do it. You have until noon to cancel.
Opt out. Yeah.
Yes. At 8 o'clock, the captain specifically said that is when his shift will end, and she believes he will enter the city from the northern gate, which is the gate that you all have. The Woodsmen reside north of the northern gate, so like that's the gate you've been familiar with, that part of the city. So.
Okay.
So yeah, you have essentially until at 8 o'clock you need to be around the northern gate.
We have 24 hours, give or take.
You do. Yes.
And the dwarf guard thing was only at night. Was that
overnight security?
Overnight security, but
so
not specifically tomorrow, though.
It didn't give a specific date.
So we could do.
I guess we
could do the people.
We could talk to him, but then that would feel awkward. He'd be like, "Hey, could you come in tonight?" And then, Yeah. That'll be fine. I guess. Yeah.
There's the info. I think all of you have that posting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, so that's exclusively what you know. Really, all you have is an address, and overnight was specified.
I mean, I never said what night, so I mean, yeah, we could just.
We can wait till after we do. We can do the forest people thing.
I'm sure there's no time limit on that quest.
Overnight,
Yeah.
like a year from now.
Well, I mean,
Sure.
well, I mean, if
We're
we said
turning this in.
overnight, I mean, that's kind of implied, like, we'd go talk to him during the day, and then, like, we'd start on that, like, that night. Right?
Well, see if we
If we go talk to him afterwards, though, we don't have to talk to him now.
we could leave the quest
Worst-
there and start it, and then there's a time limit.
Timeless
Worst,
quest.
worst case scenario, he's already found somebody by the time we're done.
Or he's dead,
Or
right?
he's dead. Yeah.
I think that came up last
It's
session.
fine. It's fine.
It came up in character last time.
Yes, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I mean, it depends on how old he is.
He's crotchety. He's probably got something to defend himself
I
with.
don't know.
Beard's completely white.
Yog is only focused on the cat job. Yog wants to do the cat job. That's that. Other than that, Yog is good. Yog does have an attachment to the forest people, so
Yeah, I was gonna say, out of the three, I think Val is leaning toward the forest people one. But I guess
The
if we want to
forest
do the cat too, I guess it's fine.
Yeah, 100% for both, but definitely the cat. That's just
Damn, we.
Sorry,
they-
GG.
they placed that cat there specifically to give us a quest.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a fluke from a nat 20.
See, the RNG gods.
Yep.
I believe you were required to bring a fish to the cat in order to
Yes.
achieve that. That is a prerequisite. But
That is
also
correct.
you'll be at the docks already, so like
yeah, we'll be able to get a fish.
it'll be in abundance. Yes.
Yeah.
Fishermen start early, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
And if I recall, we left the Laughing Stallion in the midst of a conversation with Marissa, I
Kind
thought
of.
it
There
was-
was...
right
There
when
was intentions, but no, because as soon as you entered the threshold, that's when Abrion
Yeah.
approached you.
Yeah.
So the idea was Grim/Val wanted to talk to Marissa.
There,
but
no,
it
there
didn't
was there
really
was a
happen.
little bit. There was I don't.
You guys talked
There
a bit,
was-
yes,
there was
but
a
it wasn't,
little
we
bit
didn't
of-
leave mid-conversation.
Oh
thought it
yeah,
was.
no. There was a
It was
little
okay.
bit.
Conversation.
There was a little bit of flirting, I think, if I
Mhm.
remember.
I believe it was basically a don't get hurt out there kind of situation.
Yeah, kind of.
Mhm.
Well,
You know,
there was the
Val thought it was flirting. So.
yeah, probably. Well, no, there was the food situation.
Yeah. there
I
wasn't.
think you got some free chicken thrown in.
Didn't Marissa ask how we were doing or something like that? I felt like there was like a part
Previous
of that.
session.
Or was that
I was
was a
gonna say, she did
previous
that before.
conversation?
There
Okay.
was the time, basically right after the Goblin Cave, that you basically all were immediately PTSD'd, except for I think
That's what it was.
Daelin.
Yeah.
She never we never resolved that with her.
No.
I don't.
no.
yeah, she did kind of get short answers from all y'all, and she kind of left it.
And Daelin kind of like cheerily
Yeah, Daelin was having a great
answered
time.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else was stoic as fuck.
his low
Codex is bad
charisma
about something.
really came through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
No, in last
Codex was
session.
grumpy about Val or something, but yeah, that was. I mean, that
Yeah,
was only,
sorry,
like,
it was about
day
the-
before, I think.
Was it about the
Wasn't it literally the morning? Something like
In
that.
the morning.
Morning.
So
It
which
was
was
the
after,
night
like,
before, it was
3
the night
days.
before. Like it hasn't been that.
Yeah, it's
No, it's
been
been
like
very-
a day. Yeah, but I mean
Yeah.
it's I think I did talk about it. I think we talked about it last session. I know at least for Val, I think the whole events of the Goblin Cave probably have left quite a mark still, but I think I mentioned the same principle that we were using for like Stiva and Ren for Ikna. Kind of speeding that up a little bit just for the sake of the game.
Mhm.
But, I mean, still very much there, I think.
Yeah, we'll just call it advanced compartmentalization right now.
You know, she's just really good at it. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
I mean, they are former soldiers, so like
Yeah,
kind of
I
a
mean,
necessary skill to develop in
honestly, how I've written
military.
her backstory, yeah, I think so, pretty much. But yeah, no, last session I think there was a oh, I had like a nat 20 like charisma check or something.
I think you did like to talk to Marissa or during your conversation.
Yeah,
with Marissa,
there
I think.
was
Yeah, I think
yeah, it was the meal thing. I think Val forgot to get herself a meal, and then we ended up with a meal in the house. It was just sweet.
That's
But
right,
that was
yeah.
it. That was
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Mm,
Not
Indeed.
the same as Steven's silence.
no.
So, was there any? I mean, obviously, you guys can keep planning and talking. Was there anything you wanted to talk to Captain Othello about, or are we just gonna kind of that? We'll continue with her having, departed from the alley. Okay, so yeah.
I don't have anything. I think that was pretty much resolved.
Right. Yeah, and it's easy enough to kind of resolve what we said. Somewhat out of character as a recap since it had been so long. So yeah, so after, a firm soldier handshake with Val, she steps out of the alley.
I
following,
forgot about that.
Paladin. Yeah, that was a little bit of a macho off in the moment. So, okay, so you are left. It's a somewhat unfamiliar part of the city. You guys haven't really been here since it's more, obviously you were kind of keeping track of where you were going as you were walking and following. But this isn't it's not a place you can't be, but it's more the manufacturing, hustle and bustle part of the city, which is admittedly more quiet now given the late hour.
Really quick. So remember how I found out you could alt and then use the arrow keys and move around just slightly?
Yes.
So you can hold alt and click and drag and put yourself anywhere on the grid. apparently.
What? Oh my god, no way.
That's so nice.
Just thought that was important.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is
actually, it's super easy.
important. I'll have to use that
Thank you.
next Igna session.
So you have to. Oh, you have to click and drag. I see. Okay.
Yeah. So if you hold alt, you could just, kind of put it
Right.
anywhere.
It's cool.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
You see Othello zip into the alleyway briefly
Oh.
in a very specific spot.
She cast
kind
haste
of
on herself?
Off center. And then immediately dashes away through the wall. Yeah.
We suddenly entered the fourth
That-
dimension.
Elven magic.
I guess.
So,
So I guess we just go back to the Stallion. That
Yeah.
laughs.
Yeah.
okay.
So I don't know the way you said it made me chuckle. The stallion that laughs. Very dramatic.
I was gonna say a very hard-boiled
Yeah.
response kind of situation. Yeah.
Batman who laughs type.
All right. So I will say, since it is dark, you're leading back occupied minds. Give me either two people give a survival check or one with advantage, because presumably you're all kind of helping out on this.
Hey, I think, does Daelin have the best survival? Was that right? Do I remember that correctly?
I think that's actually what we figured out. Yeah.
That's it.
Just because
Because
none
I
of
got
y'all are
+3.
particularly wise.
Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
Oh,
think
that's right. No,
Val's
Daelin's
not
actually-
proficient in it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. So if you want to make it with advantage.
All right. Sorry, I have a cat on my desk.
Which one?
It is Miko, and he's trying to lick my plate.
Miko. He's helping.
Hi, buddy.
All right. So yeah, 22. That's golden. So yeah, no issue. Daelin kind of quietly, honestly, just kind of assumes the role of leading y'all back, taking pretty much the exact same path that led you guys here, back tracing your steps. I don't have a dark mode map, but you arrive back at the familiar tavern. Back at the laughing the stallion that laughs.
The stallion that laughs. Is Marissa still there?
She is. Yeah, she's working definitely a later shift. How long would that take? It'd take probably half an hour or so to walk back, and I assume that's kind of where you do some of the conversating of what you want to plan out, or you can do it when you get back here. That's fine. So you find yourself back. It's still somewhat busy. It's not, quiet. This does seem like a somewhat popular of a tavern. Not overly so, but not quiet, not dead. So there's still a handful of people, finishing meals, finishing ales. What would you like to do?
Daelin is gonna order a pint. I'm gonna get this cat off my desk.
Oh, no! There's a tavern cat now?
No, you don't need another cat.
Does it have a quest too?
It does not.
Oh, shit.
You guys don't need more hooks right now.
Could be a tavern
I'm not.
cat.
I mean, there's a
gonna
tavern.
no.
There's a tavern cat in Crow's Landing.
That's fine. That's your.
Does that have a quest for us?
You guys don't know. No one has to speak with animals in that party.
Talked to him.
You haven't asked. A criminal syndicate cat.
Cat removed. Daelin orders a pint.
Okay. Sam Marissa greets you warmly and says, "Oh, welcome back. I trust everything's in order." She starts pouring a pint out.
It seems so. We weren't wrong through anything, so that's good.
That's always good. Here you go. Enjoy. Actually, I don't know what the prices have been in the past here. 3 copper for that one.
3 copper. Got it.
I have no idea how that stacks up with previous. Half the time it's been on the house, so it's probably been about
It's free.
8 months in real life on how much it actually costs you.
I
keep
mean,
being
the
free.
price goes up and down. It's like the stock
I
market,
think I
right?
can afford 3 copper.
Right. You can roll like a 17 and probably find 3 copper on the
money
ground.
bags.
Now, Codex is going to be mad again from the table. Flaunting wealth.
I'll take your
Alright.
freest water, please.
Alright, so I'll say, yeah, if you want an ale, 3 copper. If you want water, it's free.
Yeah.
Does anyone
What?
is anyone speaking specifically to Marissa, engaging in conversation?
I guess so. Val was gonna get an ale as well.
Yog would like food, please. Yog worked up an appetite. Walking outside.
It's been like an hour and 15 minutes since his last meal.
Yog is
I mean-
hungry.
I mean, that's way more than enough for him.
No, you're right. You're right. Okay. So do Val and Yog approach the bar together?
I guess so.
Fair conversation. Yeah.
For completely different
Val walked
reasons.
over there, and then Yog just appears.
No, I was gonna say as Marissa starts like kind of warming up to Val, and they're like, "Oh, what? Good to see you." And then Yog barges forward, asking for food.
Hello, bar lady. Yog would like food, please. Yog is quite hungry.
I'm not surprised. We haven't been cooking as much, but I'm sure we can. Do you have any? You don't really care, do you? Anything that we have? I'm sure we can fix something.
Yog does like meat, but Yog does not care what type of meat.
Oh, very well. I'll see what we have, and we'll make sure to bring it out to you, and we'll find out how much it'll owe you, or how much it'll cost you there. 'Cause
Thank
you've
you,
already,
bar lady.
had your. Oh, you're welcome. Yes.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Does he ever stop eating?
No. I don't. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen him like not eating.
Neither have I. It's impressive, a bit, and scary. How are you?
Been better. How about yourself?
Oh, another day, but not too many complaints. None that I'm sure would compare to yours. But what do you need? An ale? Food?
Yeah.
Are you hungry as well?
Oh,
It's
no, I'm
been-
good. It's
Okay.
been an hour.
Yes, I had to ask. Yeah, she'll turn around, pour, and alright, I can't keep giving you these for free, but 2 copper for this one.
It's fair.
Very well. So, what was that business about? I have to ask.
Uh,
And actually, I'll say you guys are alone at the bar here.
Technically, not supposed to talk about it, but yeah, I thought I was gonna be done with military business when I became a paladin, but seems that it hasn't changed.
Yeah, well, you must be quite special to get the woodsman in here, inside the city walls on business, but I won't need to talk about it anymore. I understand. I don't take it personally. Well, anything else on your mind?
Oh God.
Yeah, it got paused and then it was freaking out, trying to get it resumed. Yeah, anything else on your mind?
Oh God, I don't know what to say. I guess that's it. Yeah. Not really been much going on.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, seeing the state you all have been in, but I understand. Well, you're here for a couple more nights, I believe, so I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
I hope so.
Absolutely. Well, I need to see. I'll see you in a few moments when I bring out whatever it is we can fire up on the grill for that one. But enjoy that.
Thanks.
She kind of gives you a quick smile and disappears into the back, cooking up something, or presumably trying to find something. Anything you guys specifically wanted to talk about, or do you want to fast forward a bit through this to the next day?
Nothing here.
Hey, really quick, what did Val order again?
Just an ale.
For 2 copper? Wow.
Yeah, I've all got a discount.
Fucked up, man.
Does
I
Daelin
mean-
hear that? Is Daelin paying attention?
No.
I was imagining that the 3 of them were like probably like sitting at the table immediately behind them.
Daelin wouldn't have been paying attention.
Yeah.
What happened to that? What happened to Daelin being the wingman?
Val and Yog both went there at the same time, and then Daelin had his ale. It's too late.
That's fair.
Ale was
Daelin
already in front of
basically
him.
like sprinted to the bar when they walked in. Apparently. All right. So as you guys talk and chat, or stew and consider over your ale and water, eventually a rather large lamb chop is brought out for Yog for the price of 4 copper. Very fresh. It's very surprisingly actually well cooked. Decent amount of herbs and seasoning to it, so it's quite good. So she'll, and then it is Marissa that brings that out, and just kind of stands at the table and says, "Anything else I can get for you?"
Thank you, bar lady. Did you know that Y stands for yak?
I did not.
Have you ever met a yak before? Are they nice?
I can't say that I have. I've been mostly in the city for the majority of my life, so I can't say that I've seen a yak go by, but I'll
So
keep an eye out
yaks
for
do
one.
not- they don't come into the city then. That's good to know.
Not into this tavern at the very least.
Yog takes out a little like piece of charcoal and makes a little note at the bottom of the Yak page. Does not come into city.
Is there a protocol for that if a yak came into this establishment?
I don't believe there is. That's not something I've ever been told about, but it sure would be a sight to see one get through the door there. But
Perhaps they'll help you draft up a Yak Attack plan.
A Yak Attack.
She just kind of gives a bit of a smirk, and I'm sure that would be a great use of your talents here. So I'll be holding you to that before you leave.
Aye.
Alright. Well, very well. If you need me, you know where to find me. She kind of just walks back to the bar and just does some cleaning and general bartender things. So, anything else that you would like to do?
Yog.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. Mouth full of lamb right now.
You know, her name is Marissa, right?
Bar lady?
Mm-hmm.
I will. Yog will keep that in mind. Yog should call her Marissa. Is bar lady offensive? Bar lady?
No, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't call it offensive.
He hasn't said anything yet.
Maybe bar lady likes being called that.
Maybe you should ask her.
Keeps her mysterious.
Bar lady!
Oh God.
Bar lady!
There's like a little bit of a stir on like people that were, sitting around quietly enjoying their drinks, or maybe slowly kind of nodding off as this large dragonborn is shouting mostly across the bar.
Does bar lady like when I call bar lady?
I don't like it when you yell in the establishment.
Oh, Yog is sorry. Does bar lady like it when bar lady
Yog,
is called
just
bar
walk
lady?
over there.
That is fine. That is fine. Young.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. See, this person actually was one of the ones that was kind of nodding off. Actually, just kind of shuffles out of the bar at this point and walks out.
Ooh.
Yog, we need to work on your volume.
Is that Yog? Is that like how much of something is in something, right? Yog remembers that word.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
You are
I've been wrong all my life.
technically right. Yeah.
Yog
it just
nods proudly to himself.
It's the first time Codex has been impressed by you.
I was like, oh, goddamn. Yes, Yog.
All right. Anything else that you guys wanted to do individually or as a group before you head up to bed? It's about 10 in the evening or so, maybe a bit later. I assume you guys this is where you probably have some of your conversation about what you plan to do the next day that you kind of had out of character at the beginning. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Grab that fish.
can I keep an eye on the bar?
Yeah, like at Marissa specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know.
What do you
Marissa.
Hop in the bar and just start tending.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I feel like that's also like very in character, like as well. All these reactions. What exactly are you looking for? This is a question only for Val.
Okay.
I don't know if that. I guess it would be. I don't know if it would be perception or insight. I don't know. Just keeping an eye on her.
And how she's looking over at you guys.
Maybe.
So cute.
I feel like you want an insight check.
Yeah, I don't know. as a player, I think a perception check would be better. But I think it would probably, as a DM, I think that would fall under insight. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I feel like if you're asking what I think you're asking about and how she's behaving, it's more of an insight check.
Yeah.
So yeah. Insight
11.
check, please.
So good at this.
So yeah, I mean, she looks tired. It's been a long shift because I mean she's been here for at least a few hours, and it didn't seem like she obviously works super long days. I'd say one thing you do notice is you're the only table that she will approach and ask for an order basically. She'll sometimes deliver food out. You've seen her do that in other nights. Tonight's pretty much just people coming up and getting drinks. But she never really goes and visits any of the tables. Tonight, and as you kind of think about it, you guys are kind of the exception to that. It's usually she's only ever actually approaching tables and asking for or taking orders essentially from you guys. So, but other than that, you see a very, very tired, but in good spirits person working the bar. Anybody have anything else?
Yog is chatting with Daelin about yak removal plans, just in the off chance that a yak appears inside the tavern.
Yeah.
Yog has become invested in potential yak removal.
What does Yog know about the yak? Basically just
Nothing.
Exclusively...
Just the picture. Yeah, just
Yeah.
the picture. I imagine Yog has never met a yak in his life.
Right. And is this
so
the
Yog-
yak jerky campaign, or was that Ikna?
The
that
yak
was-
meat campaign,
Yak jerky
that
was-
was
the second one,
Ikna.
I'm pretty sure.
I was going to
Yeah, that was
say,
Ikna.
I don't know if, I think, with how the world building's gone so far, I think the formerly Altheus, that's more goat than yak. Yak was exclusively an
Yeah, that makes more
Ikna
sense.
Fjellfoot thing.
Yeah.
Thanks,
okay.
Artie.
You're welcome.
Right, because you guys literally had a jerky vendor, but I don't
We did
think
have a
Yak
jerky
came
vendor.
up.
I don't think yak was involved though.
I don't think so. Okay, so yeah.
Now, I will
And-
say, to Yog's credit, just looking at a yak, I feel like that's all you need to do to understand what you need to know about a yak.
Yeah, no, that's very true. I'm just thinking the size would be the only thing that might be a little questionable. Since
Yeah, that's
this isn't
true.
exactly a scientific rendering. This is a children's
Yeah,
book.
I should have bought a better book.
It might have given more info, but yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, you guys can spend the time.
Drafting the
Having-
yak protocol, the Yak Attack
Right.
protocol.
Very typical bros night at the
Yep.
bar and discussing very important things. Yeah.
Val is not going to comment on this at all. Just letting this
Hey.
happen.
Codex, are you partaking in this, especially with your newfound respect for Yog and his volume comment?
Just admiring sipping my water.
You know what? What is the volume of a yak?
Oh, Yog does not know. That is probably something to figure out. If a yak is tiny, then it might be easier or harder to catch than if a yak had a large volume.
Maybe in the sequel book, they'll tell you.
Oh, is there a
There's a
sequel?
sequel.
Maybe.
Animal Picture Book 2?
Maybe they know about the eels.
They might. This person, Gregory, I can't read what I wrote. God damn it.
Infidel.
Gregory.
Right?
Gregory might know.
So Greg knows.
Greg. We should ask Gregory if Gregory knows about yaks and eels.
Side quest.
Do you think there are yak eels?
Eels?
Eels. Yog thinks eels are probably pretty dangerous.
Do you think they are electric too?
Electric eels.
So that's about how that conversation goes.
Right. So as that continues, you all eventually find yourself going to bed, maybe before Daelin and Yak. It's funny too. I wanted to point out when I fired up D20 and I saw the name Gregorian Fiddle, I had no idea what that was in relation to.
Oh.
So I had
Oh my
to go back
God.
from the mod and recall that it was the author of the book. Okay, so
Now, I don't remember. Was there something about Yog turning into an animal and trying to sleep as an animal through the night? I felt like that was.
I think
feel like
we
that was a
talked.
conversation,
I think
remember?
we talked about it. Yeah.
Okay. The Yog is gonna do that.
What
overnight.
animal?
Oh,
Yak?
a yak.
Oh, are you serious?
Does the picture book give Yog enough knowledge to turn into a yak?
This gets weird. I mean, I would say I probably should, because theoretically, you know, the idea is you have knowledge of different animals other than getting into weird like T-Rex things.
Yeah.
I would say it's a very cow-sized yak. Like,
It's a small yak.
I would imagine yak I think is usually bigger than your standard cow, but yeah, I'm gonna say you're kind of like a slightly mini yak, which is still obviously a very large animal in a tavern on the second floor.
So
Yeah.
you're jumping straight to Yak. I thought we were gonna do. I was assuming we were gonna do like a smaller, like thing, but I guess the Yak makes sense if that was the last.
Even if earlier in the day, what had been talked about was a smaller thing, Yak is what is on Yog's brain right now. So
One-track mind.
So
one track mind. A cow is a CR 1-4. Huh, interesting.
Okay, I was gonna say
Wow,
I was looking at a bull. A bull is a one half, but that's still obviously within your
Oh yeah.
abilities.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So-
are you doing this in your room or in the middle of the great hall area of the bar?
Oh, I don't know how smart Yog is.
oh
Hold
fuck.
on. We'll call it. Let's do a straight intelligence roll for this. There we go. We'll just. How can I do it? I can't. I don't know. Where's it at? There's my die. Right in the room. Right. Yeah. I got a
Oh,
one. I didn't roll a one. It's a dirty one. But yeah, Yog gets up to what it is that Yog forgets about it, and then Yog gets up to the room, and Yog kind of goes, right. Yog was gonna do, and then just thinks about it and transforms into a mini yak.
Okay. So this is okay. So this was like when Yog was getting ready for bed. Because I would kind of presume that Yog and Daelin probably stayed up at least later than Val did.
Easily.
Well,
Yep.
But that's up
well,
to you
okay,
guys, Val
okay.
and Codex.
What's
I don't
the
know when
what
you-
was the sleeping situation again? Because we had 2 rooms, right?
Definitely
So it was
Yes.
was it
I
Daelin and
think it was
Codex
Val
and Val and
and then
Yog?
Val and Yog. Yeah.
At this point, I imagine stuff are strewed across both rooms.
Yeah, you guys have been here for like 5 days. And
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have always, other than the night that Val spent at the temple, you guys have pretty much always
Yeah.
retired together.
And the
So
one
I'd say,
night
yeah,
at
people are-
Minster's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Because yeah, I was thinking you guys probably had. I think you paid for a week. So you've
Yeah,
got either
I think
2 or
that's
3
what it
nights left.
was.
Wow, we're almost at the end of it.
'Cause you've had
Yeah.
a night at Finster's, night at or one of you had a night at the temple. You definitely had a night here after the Goblin Cave, and I think there was another night when you guys did like shopping and stuff with like odds in the end of the line, thing like that. So I think
Sounds
this is your
right.
5th. I think this
Yeah.
is your 5th night out of 7
That sounds
in
right.
Durandal. Okay.
So
We'll establish that as canon. So
so
at this point, yeah, what are you, Codex and Val, what have you guys decided in terms of when you retired?
I'm imagining Val has been slightly distracted this entire time and is probably like about to go to bed. Turns around. So is Yog transforming in the middle of the room?
In the actual like room, not like down in the tavern, but like in the room.
That would have been funny.
So
Upstairs,
room,
like-
as in like the bedroom?
Yeah.
I thought that
Oh,
was
okay, so you are going
okay.
upstairs.
Yeah, Yog. I imagine Yog forgets about the conversation from earlier where they were doing
okay.
it
I thought you
until
meant-
Yog is getting ready for bed, and then Yog remembers, oh right, I was gonna sleep as an animal.
Yeah, I
And
thought
so then.
I thought that
No.
check was for him doing it in the middle of the tavern.
Right, I thought the failure meant you were gonna stand up from the bar or from the table and then. pass it.
No.
Okay.
In the bedroom. Yog is not smart. So
Right.
Yog definitely does not even think about the size of the bedroom and just
Mhm.
is the place to be a yak.
Yeah, which admittedly I didn't draw a second floor because I didn't think we would need. I didn't think there would be.
Yak shenanigans.
Yeah, right.
Yak shenanigans.
So
Hmm. Okay, so you guys, so Val. We're saying Val and Yog are rooming together. Is that?
I
What
think
we're
so. I think it's
establishing.
what we did before.
Yeah, but we have not established if Yog went to bed before Val
Right.
or not.
It's up to you
So
guys.
that is an important factor here.
I guess Val is probably getting ready to go to bed when Yog comes back upstairs.
Okay.
So
So Val's like probably in bed or at least very close to it. Yog comes through the door.
Comes to the door
After however
and
many ales.
It just yaks.
just yaks.
no ale, no ale for Yog. Just
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So-
Yog doesn't really drink.
that's
So
right. I was thinking Daelin for some reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
So
Okay. I'll just say, Yog.
mhm.
I'm trying to think. I want you to roll percentage die, or a percentage chance. I don't know what
Okay.
my threshold is going to be, basically on the craftsmanship of this bar, because I can't imagine, effectively a cow was planned for on the second floor.
do I get a reaction
Oh.
first?
Probably
Or is this
not.
on transformation?
This is when it's basically you see Yog come in, you see him have a moment of clarity, but you're like also tired and you're not thinking.
I think she's been
I
distracted the entire night.
Yeah, this is a will the floor sustain
Okay.
this weight, not a will Val get hit or anything.
Just a note, since we're on the public lens, to any pub owners, it is very important to have yak protocols for this exact reason.
Yes, exactly.
Hold on.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
a
so
cow,
percentile roll.
an average cow will weigh around 1,000 to 1,200 pounds.
Jesus,
It's
that's
wow.
just to let you
I was thinking
Jeez.
like 600 or 800.
Oh boy.
No, about twice that.
Okay.
But average yak weight
Well, we're
770 to
assuming,
1300.
yeah, we're assuming Yog is turning into a cow-sized yak.
Right. So yeah, it's more the cow, and I'll say it's a little lower weight because of like all
Yeah,
the fuzzy fur. So we'll give you the benefit of that, of thinking if it's a
Like
cow size.
1,000?
I would imagine a yak might be a little less dense, or at least, again, from a children's portrayal, it's a big fuzzy furry yak, not a
Yeah.
stocky filled out one. So I'll say it's not quite that heavy, but that's still pretty damn heavy. So yeah, go ahead and roll percentile die, or percentile chance, whatever you want to call it, Yog.
Yog, we'll call it percentile dice. Yog rolled a 32.
Okay, 32 is okay. I was thinking like 12 to be like generous, and then when you said the weight, I was thinking like that's probably like a 20% chance of failure. We'll give this bar a lot of
Jeez.
credit. This is a nicer bar. Okay, so Val.
Yog, what the
Had a long
fuck?
day. Yog walks in as you're, getting ready to finally get some rest, however tireless it might be. And you're probably just getting ready to lay in bed as you see Yog approach, enter the room, close the door behind him, take a couple steps, go wide-eyed with a bit of a smirk, close his eyes, concentrate, and then there's a very large, furry, woolly animal, mostly resembling a very fuzzy yak, pushing
Yog.
aside every belonging you guys had, and massive amounts of creaking on the floor.
Yog, what the fuck are you doing? Pehanas, God.
It's a
Oh,
very
God.
satisfied yak, by the way. This yak is quite happy to be a yak. This is
Daelin and
Yes.
Codex make perception checks from the adjoining room.
Oh, does Val still comprehend, I guess, not, Yog. Does Yog, I guess in Wildshape, technically he does still comprehend all the languages
Yog
he
can
speaks,
understand-
right?
Yeah, Yog can understand languages. Yog just can't speak them because the
Right,
yak
Yog mouth.
has
Okay.
not- has- yeah.
Or,
His,
yeah.
Val
Yeah,
called
you're
him an
still-
idiot in Elvish. Pehanas.
Okay, so Codex, you're passed out. You're asleep. You're very well hydrated. You're very satisfied. Daelin, for the first time in your life, or first time in your recent months, you're hearing a very agitated Val from the adjoining room yelling at Yog. Maybe not for the first time, but like honestly. And actually, do you? Well, first it was common, then it was calling it in Elvish. So yeah, you can definitely hear a lot of noise and a lot of creaking and some kind of cow in the other room, maybe.
Oh no. So last session, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I have in my notes a strange thought popped into Daelin's mind about other physical planes. Apparently, it turns out he was being silly and reassured himself the world is concise, comprehensive, and without any flaw or alternatives. But now I think I have to roll for that again. Is it just in his mind?
Okay.
I don't even know what to roll for that. Would that just, like, wisdom?
I call
I'd
it
say it's probably like
insight.
a wisdom check. Insight. It's very philosophical. So like I'm thinking maybe intelligence, but I feel like wisdom it's a little more like. I'll say
If he
whatever you
wants
want,
to
man.
understand that. Yeah, I'm gonna roll it.
Yeah, I'm thinking wisdom. That's my gut check. But you know your character better if you think that falls under the threshold of intelligence.
If it's less than a 5, he's probably not gonna get up.
Okay.
Okay. All right. No, apparently this is real.
Yeah, this is this doesn't feel like a hallucination. You're not that drunk nor tired
Oh
nor
no.
stressed out. This is very much there's a cow in that room.
Sort of.
and a very angry Val. And you probably walked upstairs with Yak. Like you guys probably went to the bed at the same time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, like you probably just entered the threshold of your room, closed the door behind you when you heard all this. Yog might be in danger. Yog may have walked into something horrible in there.
A yak attack.
Everything you guys just planned for just became a reality.
Oh my
I
god,
think-
you're so right.
I think Val is just cursing at him in Elvish.
Daelin runs out the door, not like stomping, but like very quickly moves over and knocks on
So-
their door.
Important question. Does the door to the room open in or out?
I was thinking it would swing in, so that door's not going to budge.
It's not gonna budge. There is a cow in front of it. A chastised looking cow, for what it's worth. Yog
Right,
is
it's
looking
very-
chastised now that Belle is yelling at him.
It's a yak. Daelin tries to open the door.
He
It
can't.
opens.
Oh,
It's
does the
not
door
locked,
open?
But it like budges about. It like opens like 2 inches. Or actually no. Yog would be pretty much pressed up against it. Yeah. So it doesn't feel locked, but it definitely feels stuck or barred.
Yog, why did you
Like
do that?
The knob would turn perfectly fine.
What's going on in there?
Yog turned into a fucking yak.
Yo,
Just straight up.
A very happy.
my laughter is exactly how Daelin's reacting, by the way.
It's fair.
What? There's no protocol. I don't know what to do.
Tavern bastards.
I'm gonna need to take a pee break after this, by the way.
Yeah, I figured this would be a good spot for a
Yeah.
pause. I mean, suppose Yog. So Yog's being yelled at. Yog
Yeah.
would probably. I mean, Yog would probably hear Daelin and probably even feel a little bit of the nudge of the door
Yeah.
against his rump,
Mhm.
but
He's
really
not
doesn't
trying
have anywhere to move.
He's trying to open it for sure. It's not. It's. It's a
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
open.
I'm gonna
Yog,
say.
Yog will try to
after-
scoot. Yog will try to scoot
Okay.
to make room for the door, which it does inadvertently press Val further into the room.
God.
Yeah, yeah. You get kind of bumped back into your bed. You have to like stand on top of your bed. Daelin, the door gives probably enough for you to like slink inside. These are not big rooms. This is a large animal. But you're able to at least see the situation, and yeah, you can see Yog turned into a yak. As that happens, as that door opens, you hear quick footsteps behind you. And Daelin, as you turn and look, you see a very wide-eyed Marissa, bounding up, not like sprinting, but definitely briskly coming up the stairs, having just gotten up the stairs to investigate. What's going on? Why is there yelling? It is very late. What the fuck is that?
That's Yog. It's
So
Yog.
remember how there's no yak protocol.
You have to be fucking kidding.
David steps back as he's laughing, just sort of going over.
I know.
Yeah, she quickly she walks up. I would say Val, Val, you would have heard Marissa at this point. You don't see her. Or I guess it's up to you depending on which side of the room you're in, if you can see out the door or not. Or if, like,
I'd
the
say
door,
so.
you know,
Yeah.
towards
I
you.
think Val
Okay, we'll
would
give you the benefit of
I
your-
think Val would choose the side where she'd be able to see out of the door.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, Val, you see a wide-eyed maybe not distraught, but very. Actually, you know what? Honestly, it probably turns into distress at this point when she's able to see the rear end of a fucking yak poking. She steps to the door and pokes her head in. Stop this now! Why? How did you do this? What is this?
He just does
You
this.
said that's Yog?
Yes. Yeah.
Yog. Stop this. I don't know how, but you need to fix this before you plummet downstairs.
You can imagine the
Yog.
bones on the floor.
Yeah, I don't know if a yak
Yog-
can even turn its head all the way around to see if he's
fuck's
there.
sake.
Probably would,
Yog-
because it's got wide vision.
Yog tilts his head and looks a little confused.
Do you want me to roll a persuasion check?
Yeah.
Yog.
Yog rolled. I got a 10 on an intelligence check here. Yog doesn't quite understand what "fix this" means. Because
Okay.
Yog doesn't see anything that needs to be fixed. Yog doesn't see anything
Okay.
wrong here. So.
Can I give her advantage?
How are you giving her advantage? Just from your yelling?
Being
Yog,
stern.
by Althea, turn back, please.
Okay, the advantage helped. I would say a seasoned bartender. That's an intimidation of +3, so that's an 18.
Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Fix this right now, or your contract is void. Because you brought a yak into this room.
Yog pops back into Yog form. Yog did not bring a yak. Yog is a yak.
Now I agree with you, but to be fair, there was no yak protocol.
You
Stop
promised
with the
me
yak
that you would create a
protocol.
yak protocol if we're going to go down that route.
I
Regardless,
didn't think we'd need it tonight.
well, you shouldn't have, but now you did.
I
She
did
just-
nothing.
She just puts her hand up and just closes her eyes and just takes a deep breath and a sigh.
Yog did bad.
A bit, mate.
She's just quiet for a second.
I think that's an understatement.
She's not opening her eyes. Is anything in the room damaged right now?
Yog looks around like a child being scolded. Looks kind of around. Is
Yeah,
there anything
everything-
damaged?
No, disheveled. Sure, there's probably yak fur abound at this point. Like, I don't know if yak fur would that shed would persist afterwards.
Ooh,
I would
that's a
assume it
good
does.
question. Probably.
huh.
Yeah,
I would assume it's a real thing. You're
Yeah.
physically that animal, so anything would physically remain that's not on your form. So yeah, there's a lot of whatever colored yak you were fur on the ground. Maybe not
green.
like a lot, but green.
Green. Yeah.
Green.
This is Yog's first time turning into a yak, so yeah, Yog isn't quite sure the color a yak is supposed to be. Besides that picture,
Right.
So Yog assumes that a green yak is probably.
Yeah, and with how furry it was, and probably a lot
Yeah.
of like happy,
Oh, yeah.
shaking, like,
Oh, yeah.
like a happy dog
It was-
kind of thing.
It was a happy yak.
For a few moments, yeah. So there's a lot of green hair. It's not really fur; it's long hair. But all the limited amount of furniture that's in this room seems fine. All of your belongings have been pushed around, but nothing appears damaged. You didn't really move enough to really scuff the floor up or anything. So, surprisingly, everything seemed okay.
Yog was very careful as a yak.
That doesn't answer my question.
Yeah,
But, and she kind of opens her eyes and looks. Why the fuck were you green?
Yog, are yaks not green? Yog is green, so Yog assumed
No,
that
it's fine. Okay,
a
it's
Yog
fine.
yak.
I shouldn't have asked. Okay. I'm not the owner here, and I will not be telling the owner of this, nor will you be telling anyone a word of this. Agreed? Agreed?
Oh, yes.
She's looking at all three of you at this point as she's saying this.
Yog is sorry. Yog will not say anything about yaks in the rooms.
Daelin just nods.
Okay.
I think Val has been glaring
Val?
at Yog the entire time.
Okay, and she kind of takes that as an affirmation of what she asked. Okay. I would like my shift to end without any more livestock in the building. Go to sleep. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, bar lady. Yog is sorry again.
Daelin just waves.
Alright.
Can I step out of the room with her?
Sure. Dalen's also outside the room for what it's worth, but yeah. So she.
No, he's smart enough. He's smart enough to know not to say anything else to her. He's going to
Yeah.
bed.
Okay. So yeah. So Daelin walks into the room and Yog is left just standing in the middle of the room. Val, as you leave, and presumably shut the door behind you.
After Val leaves, Yog starts picking up the hair, but Yog doesn't have a broom or anything, so it's just Yog kind of like picking up little tufts here and there, not really making much progress except for a handful of green hair.
Yeah, and I can't imagine Dragonborn hands are the most adept
No.
at sweeping. Yeah,
I mean, Yog's got a 14 dex. You know, it's
okay.
not bad.
Okay. Make a dexterity check,
Sure.
because Yog also has really sharp claws, I would imagine.
A 9. A 9.
A 9. There's maybe a couple little thin scratches left during this process. Nothing terribly noticeable. Like, these aren't exactly pristine floors. If it was lower, there would have been maybe a chunk or two taken out, but the floors don't look any worse for wear.
They were definitely there before.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Val, you step out. You have some quiet as Marissa starts to walk away, but kind of notices as you come out. She's kind of at the top of the stairs and turns around. She's not. Actually, make an insight check,
Oh, okay.
Val.
Shit. Okay. Oh, okay. That's not that. That's 17.
Okay. She seems more. She's not exactly relaxed, but she's not like livid. She's definitely taken a step down in her like anxiety and aggression and maybe fury, or at least approaching fury. So she's already calm. She's not exactly relaxed, but and then as she kind of turns and sees you, she's not outwardly glaring at you at this point. So she kind of looks and says, "Yes, Val."
Fuck. I'm sorry.
That was gonna be the whole thing.
I'm
That's awesome.
really sorry. If you need me to pay for anything, I will gladly.
She kind of stares, not necessarily hard, but not particularly soft or kind, especially in the interactions you've seen with her. But she kind of breaks that and gives a little bit of a chuckle. Well, I will, as always, we'll be looking at the rooms before you depart to make sure everything's left in good order, but as I said, I have no intention of speaking a word of this to anyone that has any stake in the ownership of this, but if nothing else, you've given me quite a story to tell in other circles, as this has never been done in my history of being here, so that is at least a point in your favor.
You get used to it after a while. I didn't think I would.
I can't say that I ever would.
I didn't think I would, but yeah.
Very well, but I think it'll be okay, but not again, please. I can't.
Yeah.
This can't be a regular occurrence.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I
I
agree.
didn't expect it to be, but it was a new experience for me, so it doesn't happen very often. It'll be okay, but I appreciate it.
So, who is the owner, then?
Oh, he doesn't come around much, just every now and then. Stuffy older man, nice enough, but he knows to leave it to the people that know the building, know the people. But I haven't seen him in a few days. It's very fortunate he wasn't here, but he's never here this late anyways.
He's not the guy that runs odds in the end of the line next door, is he?
No, not at all.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, yeah, you've been there then?
Once.
Yes, he's something, but no, he barely is able to maintain that building, so he would not be here.
Well, that's good. That's a relief.
He frequents other areas. He comes in for a pint every now and then, but surprisingly, he actually tips fairly well. But
Really? I would
not the best for conversation.
Oh, definitely not. Kind of rude.
Yes. No disagreements here. So, I am very tired, and I am nearing the end of the shift, so I will need to make sure that nothing comes bursting through the door while I'm downstairs. I thank you again for taking a bit of ownership there. I know it. Can't imagine it was your fault. He's a bit of a wild spirit, but
I mean, I don't know.
it'll be a fun 2 more nights, I'm sure, with you lot.
Oh, we'll see.
All right. Well, anything else? I think I need a pint after that.
I feel like I need another one.
You're welcome to join me.
Oh. Yog, yeah, best wingman.
Sure, sounds nice.
All right. Very well. So you head down. There's one person remaining that seems, actually someone newer, so they're, getting probably their first drink of the evening. But you're able to sit at the bar as Marissa pours both of you a pint of ale, free of charge.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Is there anything particular you wanted to have to conversate about? Either in terms of just talking about it or actually RPing specific things?
I mean, I think before she said she wanted a story, right?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Like before you guys left. Yeah.
What kind of story?
Oh, anything you've got? I imagine you've got quite a few. A happier one. Not exactly. I need a bit of an uplift here. I'm sure you've got your fair share of more difficult ones, but something interesting, something exciting.
Oh,
In
I
a good
guess
way.
semi-related. Do you want to know how I met them?
Oh, absolutely. As long as it won't make me more frustrated with them.
Oh, I don't know.
It'll be fine. Let's hear it.
I don't know if I can RP that because I don't think we ever fully
Yeah, that's
pinned
fine.
that down. But I think the gist of it was Daelin and Val had already been traveling together for a while. Really, Daelin following Val around. Is that right?
More or less, yeah.
And they stopped in this small town where they heard about this bounty for a monster that had been terrorizing the townsfolk. That's how they met Codex, who's also there pursuing that lead. And the terrifying monster turned out to be Yog, just chilling, doing Yog things.
All
The
right.
local legend.
Make I don't know if persuasion or performance or a straight up charisma check, just in terms of how good of a storytelling experience this is. You know,
Yeah, here, hold on.
I'd say take your pick between performance and persuasion.
I think it's gonna be
Attraction check.
perception check? You're dead asleep, aren't you?
No, not perception. I think you said attraction check. I think is what.
Oh,
Was
oh,
Oh,
oh! I thought Codex said perception check, and I was like, man, you're asleep, dude.
He sleeps through the yak, but hears the flirting downstairs.
I'm
like
gonna
on the stairs like a kid. Like, at the bar.
Daelin, Codex, and Yog are just sitting on the stairs.
kiss her.
Oh, I'm gonna
You're on the
say
corner in a stack.
I'm gonna say persuasion if you're fine with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
14.
Okay. No, you definitely keep her interest. She's engaged. She's laughing. Was kind of surprised at the twist, so to speak, of it being Yog. But definitely is entertained by it. So, yes. So as you kind of finish the story, and she says, well, that was exactly what I needed. Thank you. That was quite delightful. So you guys have come quite a long way then. That is exciting to hear. Well, that was almost enough to make me forget about what happened upstairs, but it will make me rest a little bit easier tonight. So, thank you for that, Valeth. But it is time for me to retire for the evening. My shift has completed as yeah, I would say the person that's at that table is like wrapping up and ushers out as Marissa quickly talks to him and wraps up any drinks or tab that he has. So thank you for that, and I unfortunately will be here in the morning, so I will see you at breakfast. But it will be good to have a quick talk before you go off and to whatever adventure you have that you're not allowed to talk about.
That sounds nice.
But
yeah.
I hope to hear another story soon, even if it's not the one that is occurring as we speak.
I really hope not.
Well, very well. Good night.
Yeah.
She gives you a warm smile and nod.
I was gonna say have a nice night and another way go on the team. It's until next we meet.
Okay, now make a persuasion check.
Now make a
You're
persuasion
really
check?
good. Yes.
Fuck.
Drop in a little bit of extra flirting. Yes.
17.
Okay. Yeah, she definitely gives takes her by surprise a little bit, not like in a bad way or anything, but she see a little bit of a blush appear as she kind of smile gets thicker. She kind of looks down quickly and glances back up. I can't speak Elvish, but she'll respond back in Elvish. May you have a restful evening, and then departs. And heads up the stairs also because that's where the bedroom is. But
Oh shit.
yeah, because the only room that is down here is the kitchen, which will go kind of quickly and up. Not like rushed, but quick strides as she heads to bed. Codex, Codex, Daelin, and Yog are heads leaning above each other, listening.
Are they actually? For real?
No.
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 So-
I do want to say, Yog has, quote unquote, neatly piled all of the hair that Yog has managed to gather at the foot of Val's bed as an apology.
Alright, so I'm assuming Val, you head back to you don't directly follow Marissa up the stairs.
No,
but
I
just
think
up in the
she
moment.
she takes a couple minutes. I think she is red. She's kind of flustered. It is probably that way when she enters the room again.
Okay, so yeah, as you enter, I don't know if y'all would be awake still. 'Cause it's been probably a good 15-20 minutes since Val and Marissa.
Depends on how long it would have taken Yog to pick up the hair in the room. Because Yog would have gone to sleep after that, but Yog is picking up all the hair that's in the room.
I don't think it would have taken that long. It probably would have been
That's
like not
Like
even
10
10
minutes,
minutes. Yeah, probably a little
And
less.
Yog is asleep. Yog sleeps quickly. Yog
Yeah.
tends to fall asleep like a log. So
Yeah. So you, Val, you enter your room. You say it's at the foot of the bed.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll say yeah, especially because the light would probably enter. You see just a big, not a huge pile, but a decent-sized pile of green, long hair at the foot of your bed, kind of amidst the disheveled possessions that may have been laying out when all this occurred. But there is a very specific spot where the hair resides.
Oh,
As Yog just
is Yak
deeply
asleep?
sleeps.
Yeah.
Very much asleep, yeah.
Oh, Biothea.
And scene.
She just stands there just staring at it for a little bit. I don't think she knows what to do with it.
So as Val considers that and gets ready for bed, I know we want to take a break.
Yes.
Yeah. I will ask actually, are you guys taking the cat job next? Is that what you're gonna wake up and do? Just so I have.
That's Yog's plan. That's Yog's.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
And you're not canceling on Othello, I assume.
No.
Probably not.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So 5-minute break. 3 minutes past. We'll reconvene, if not sooner.
All right, Mr. Exact over here.
Well,
Sure.
it's 5 minutes. Well, now it's 4 minutes past. So.
Okay.
Deal with
Okay.
that.
Well.
Think about it.
All right.
All right. See you in a sec.
Whoever's left has chat.
Great.
Bye.
Well, that was fun.
I can't believe I slept the whole thing.
I know. I think that's like the second time that's happened to Codex / Saris in either campaign.
When did it happen in the other one?
I feel like that's happened before. I thought so.
Oh, I see. Probably, maybe.
I don't remember for sure, but I swear something like that has happened. Yeah, this is kind of funny. It's great. Well, I don't know what to talk about now.
I'm role playing sleep.
You're role playing sleep, and I'm role playing confused, perplexed silence. I as a player, I genuinely don't know what to do about the the yak fur. Like, should we clean it up? Do we just leave it there? I mean, I guess we should clean it up. But like,
I was gonna say leave
how?
it there.
Well,
Just, like,
I was
leave
just saying not leave it there because we're not supposed to leave any trace of this at all.
Oh, that's right.
So, I don't know.
Just shove it under the bed.
Just shove it under the bed.
I have returned.
Whoa.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello.
So... So, what the fuck?
WTF.
I'm sorry. It escalated real fast.
Yeah.
When does it not?
Yeah, I know, with Yog.
Especially when Val's trying to do something.
It was set up. It was set up last session is the thing. So last session we were talking about whether Yog could sleep as an animal.
Yeah,
I'd forgotten about that, honestly.
I was
And
assuming,
then-
and I think Val was assuming that it was going to be like a small, like, cuddly.
Like a nice cat or something.
Yeah, like a cat or like
Yeah.
a weasel or a squirrel, you know.
About that, yeah. No.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
Daelin's fault.
yeah. Unfortunately, the yak conversation dominated Yog's brain. So
I mean, I thought it was great. There was a chance that the yak was going to go plummeting into, like,
Oh my
I was
god.
thinking in my mind it was probably right about here. So it wouldn't have hit anybody, but it probably would have smashed the table up.
oh,
Obviously,
Oh,
the floor and ceiling.
God.
Nothing's broken.
Sorry?
No, nothing is like broken.
Everything.
Obviously.
No, everything was fine because middle of the room. In my mind, the bedrooms are, like a dormitory style, just beds, two twin beds pushed up against each side of the wall, probably in the back corners. So there was some room.
So I'm gonna walk down these steps the next morning and just not know shit.
Yeah, Codex, you have no idea.
Unless
Pretty much,
anybody-
I guess.
Codex slept through the whole ordeal.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. 5 perception. You had a great night's sleep. You're gonna wake up the next morning. Yeah, nothing. I mean, depending on what the people talk about around breakfast table, but they were also more or less sworn to silence or
Yeah.
secrecy, rather. So, but yeah, you have no idea of this venture that occurred. No one has any idea that Val and Marissa had their tied one on at the end of the night. Since Yog was asleep and wouldn't have been considering such things. So.
Did Daelin try and eavesdrop?
Daelin is not an eavesdropper.
Okay. He ain't been dropping no eaves.
Nope. Also, I'm back.
Yeah. And the one thing I was gonna ask is like, did Val was ready for bed? Did Val like put like more
yeah.
standard clothes on
I
before
think
like?
Val's...
Obviously, I'm sure she has like very functional sleeping attire. Like,
Oh,
it's not like it would have been.
yeah.
absurd, but...
I imagine it was just like some sort of undershirt, pants, I don't think she would have
Yeah.
changed.
Right.
Not even showing any shoulder.
Ooh.
No, but she's got like her sleeves rolled up. You can see the scars on her arms, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know if something has made me laugh as hard as when Val's first reaction was just "fuck." I'm sure he's fucking great.
I think that was pretty on brand.
Oh, 100%. No, it absolutely was. That's what was. It was surprising, but also made sense. 100%.
So, so there's this
That
pile
honestly,
of
would
yak
that be the-
fur.
Yeah.
Wait, say I
was
didn't hear
gonna-
what you said.
So there's this pile of yak fur
Right.
at
so
the
yeah,
foot of
we'll
my
say
bed.
resuming in the evening.
Is
so
that
you've-
wait? Is that on top of the bed or is it on the floor in front of the bed?
It's at the foot of the bed.
So is
So-
that on the floor?
Yeah,
On the ground?
So-
Yeah, I would
Okay.
consider on the floor. I would consider the floor. When I think at the foot of the bed, I think of the floor.
Yeah,
Okay.
the floor at the end of the
Okay,
bed, not
yeah.
the
Yeah.
not the end of the mattress.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I guess it could
would've
be
been
either one,
funny.
but I presumed it to be the floor. Yeah.
No, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I think Yog would put it on the floor. I don't think Yog would risk the wrath of Val any further. Because that might be the first time Yog's heard Val curse too. I don't know if Val
probably.
has cursed.
At
Definitely
Yog
level,
for
especially.
sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got called an idiot in Elvish, which you do. Do you speak Elvish, right, Yog? Like that was
Yeah.
the whole thing with at the odd end of the line was that conversation. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely the most verbal aggression towards you that Val has ever expressed. And so Val really doesn't like yaks, apparently. That's weird.
Apparently not. Yeah, Yog is going to assume at this point that Val does not like yaks.
Val hates yaks more than snakes.
Confirmed. Yak-Phobia confirmed.
Yep. Makes sense. Makes sense.
That's going in the notes.
Canon.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Val, is there anything are you doing anything, or are you just gonna
I think
retire for the evening
she
and deal
just
with it?
stares at it for a little bit, just like what the fuck? Why? What the hell? What is wrong with him? I guess, can she clean it up?
You can certainly try.
What
It is arranged fairly neatly, surprisingly. It probably got a little disheveled when you opened the door and the breeze
Yeah.
kind of hit it, but it's not like scattered. So yeah, it's fairly tidied. It's like when you sweep up a bunch of fur from your dog or whatever, and it's in the pile ready to be put up in the dustpan. So.
Okay, can I get rid of it?
That's the most perplexing thing.
I'm trying to write too. All right, this is hard. I'm trying to
Yeah.
multitask.
What do you mean get rid of it? Just like pick it up?
Like, throw it away? Like, destroy the evidence? Is it possible to do that? Or is that going to have to be a morning thing?
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, there would be a window.
Val's not
Very
going to...
small window, but it would open up, yeah.
What would seem logical?
I feel like medieval inns wouldn't have like a little trash can, so I feel like you'd really have to either dispose of it through the window, stuff it in your pack to get rid of somewhere else. I mean, those are your two, or like physically take it outside now. But one thing Marissa did lock up the pub before she went upstairs, so you do know that like the building is locked. You could presumably unlock it, or actually no, it'd be like a deadbolt style. It wouldn't be like a key.
So like
eat it.
No. So
I wouldn't put it in your pack. You're never gonna get rid of all the yak fur.
Oh god, no,
You're
yeah.
always gonna be finding it.
It is green, and the grass is presumably green. And
Yeah.
there's grass outside the
Is
window.
there grass outside the
green
window?
as
I thought it
Yog-
was all
as Yog
paved.
is.
It would be like more dirt. Like it would probably still stand out. It's not like lush thick grass.
So like, can I leave the tavern still and come back and relock it, or is that like?
You could.
No.
I would say like when you watch her, it's like two kind of like deadbolt style, like it didn't take a key to lock it. It's like two. It's not deadbolt because that's like inside the door. It's not that. It's a more simpler mechanism. Like I don't know what you call them. Like the little.
Like one of
slides.
those
It is a
pieces.
dead-
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the thin
It is a
cylindrical.
deadbolt. That is a deadbolt.
Rod. Is it deadbolt?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's just I'm thinking like the more modern style deadbolt, which is like inside the door.
Well,
Like
I
the really
mean,
thick
yeah,
one.
it's still a
The key.
deadbolt.
Right. So it's a deadbolt that's like latched externally onto your side of the door. So and there's two of them, one towards the bottom, one towards the top. You could
Would that be
Just-
weird?
unlock them and walk outside. I mean,
This whole
it'd
thing
be
is
a little
weird.
sus. It'd be a little weird, but I mean, you're also not locked. I guess it is weird. It is a weird situation because like you're in a tavern.
It's an inn, yeah.
And
There is
Yeah, so
another
it would-
option.
I guess there would
What-
probably need to be like an overnight person working because they can't just lock you in and not lock up after.
Well, I was gonna say, like, is there like another like entrance on the side to get specifically up to the rooms?
I didn't think this far ahead in the mechanisms
How
of
is
this
this?
building.
This is the
Um,
plot hole?
The kitchen.
Yeah, this was when you guys found me out.
I didn't
No, it would
expect
probably
this to
make a lot
become
more
such a thing.
It'd probably make more sense now that I think about it. That yeah, this is there's not a separate entrance. It's purely, but it's not locked up. It's just they're closed, and patrons can come in and out, and there would be some like essentially a guard, like an overnight guard, just kind of sitting at the desk, just keeping an eye on things. So you would have when Marissa said her shift was up, that would have been that person kind of moseying in, and just kind of taking a spot behind the bar. So you could leave. Yes, you could walk out. Like you're free to leave your hotel
Okay.
at night. So yeah, I didn't think about. Like I said, this was not something I had to consider, or that I thought I would have to consider. But here you guys are, with a pile of yak fur that I didn't anticipate.
You're welcome.
There is
Okay.
a fireplace.
Oh,
That would be a little suspicious.
Oh gosh, no. It's gonna smell terrible. That will permeate the entire
Okay.
place too.
I think Val. I guess how I was gonna say, I don't know what the easiest way to like pick this up would be. So maybe she takes like a tunic or something to like pile it on there and then like wrap it up so she's not just like carrying a ball of hair.
Make a dexterity check just for fun.
A dex check?
Yog had to do it. Yeah.
For fun.
Very,
10.
very easy.
I'm
10 was
actually
fine,
I'm
yeah.
rolling
You're
pretty
able
high
to-
tonight. I'm surprised with
yeah,
myself.
well, famous last words.
I know.
I
rolled
so,
high
yeah,
on
you're able
the I rolled high on the flirting check, so that's all that
I know,
matters,
that's
right?
true, yeah. That's what you play D&D for.
Priorities.
So.
Exactly. Yes, that is.
So
yep.
yeah, you're able to scoop up pretty much every strand, I guess, of hair into a tunic. So you're just like balling it up in that to like kind of cover it, I assume.
Yeah, just so I mean, also to kind of keep it contained. So
Sure.
I mean, it's a
Okay,
pile of
and
hair.
then walking downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So as you walk downstairs, it's still, fairly brightly lit from the fireplace and some candles and torches. It's not like as bright as it had been, but it's definitely not like dark. And you see older man, human, probably like late 40s. There's a crossbow at the desk or on the counter, but it is loaded, but it's pointed away. It's pointed towards the wall. He doesn't seem menacing or anything. He just takes note of you and gives you kind of a quick smile, nod, and just kind of probably wouldn't be reading. It's not exactly the most educated kind of position. So he's just kind of sitting there, just thinking. He actually has a beer in front of him, so maybe perhaps surprisingly, but yeah, just seems to be observes you, but doesn't stare. Doesn't seem particularly bothered by whatever it is you're doing.
Okay. I
Just gonna
will
walk out the front door.
nod. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, just walk out.
Cool. What am I doing with this?
What'd you say? You
What am
broke
I
up.
doing with this?
You tell me.
How?
Whatever you want.
What?
You remove the evidence from the crime scene.
So, yeah, how would I dispose of this from here then?
I don't know.
Are there
Um,
trash? This is like that fucking grilled fish all over again. Remember from the oath session? Yak gave Val a piece of like the bag of
Yep.
meat. And I rolled a 1 on a D100 and then a nat 1 on a con save.
That's
Brutal.
so long ago.
Yeah. I think we had a dilemma about how to clean it up. If I remember.
Yeah, because I don't know if there's really like city trash, like bins. I don't know if that's a
Right.
thing.
And you're
I feel
so
like
you're
we're
kind of
overthinking this a lot.
Right.
But,
yeah. I mean,
I
basically.
mean, that is Val.
Yeah. So yeah, there's not exactly dumpsters on every corner, but there's alleyways. There is, more. Really, alleyway is probably gonna be your most discreet spot. It's still gonna stand out a bit, but at least it's not exactly gonna be able to be tied back to here.
Throw it in Carl's window.
Yeah.
Oh, that probably passes through her mind.
There is a window open,
There is?
not by much. Just a little bit, yeah, a little bit of a breeze in, yeah.
I think she's conflicted, but does not do that.
Okay.
I think she thinks about
I'll
it,
say-
but also thinks about her honor.
My honor.
Okay, so I'll say, I mean, yeah, if you want to dispatch it in an alley or a couple alleys, like it's not going to be that hard to throw to the wind. There's a breeze. It's not going to be. It might be a little weird if there's just a giant pile, but you can pretty easily disperse it around. as you walk.
Is there some grass in an alley?
There's some like park kind of areas. Not so much grass in the. Well, there'd be some grass in the alleys, like yeah, kind of like weeds and stuff.
Cool.
It's not going to be a ton, but yeah, you can. I would say you can pretty easily, over the course of a couple different alleys, disperse it where it's not like a giant clump of fur and yeah. So walking around a little bit, that's fine.
Awesome. But I obviously I want to take the tunic back because it's probably one of her only
Right.
sets of clothes.
Yeah, I figured you weren't dispatching. Yep. Okay. I have to roll for random patrols or someone encountering you. Okay, yeah. No, you're fine. You see some people that are kind of milling about, different states of drunkenness, and some guards that, you know, again, observe you but don't
Actually,
make any note of
she
you.
still has her holy symbol on, so.
Okay.
Because it's like a
sure.
pin, so yeah.
Yep. But yeah, it goes without incident, and you're able to disperse the yak hair throughout the area without any questionable eyes, as far as you can tell.
Do you make like a bunch of piles?
I mean, it's probably like one alley that like spread in a couple different spots, like a few blocks down. I don't know. This won't come back to bite me. This will be fine. It'll be okay.
Like investigators there
They'll
tomorrow
never
morning.
know. They'll never know.
The FBI
How
is at the
will they
door in the
know?
morning.
God.
Ma'am, we are investigating the possibility of an alien yak. Have you seen this creature around?
It'd be funny if the temple got word of it.
We got the weirdest new paladin in our ranks now, doing some weird shit at night, coming out of the bar at midnight.
I mean, that'd be a really funny feedback loop. Be like, hey, we heard about this weird thing. Can you take a look at it?
Cover it.
Investigate your own crime.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine if it was worded in a way that we didn't know what it was, too.
Suspicious figure seen late at night, poisoning the alleyways. All we found is... yeah. Anyways, you don't need another hook. So, you return. Same guard, kind of... maybe a little more curiously, since you weren't gone for very long, and you have the same shirt that you kind of had under your arm or whatever, but... he doesn't get paid enough to question people. So yeah, you're able to return to your room. Dog, I imagine, still passed out. I don't know if you want to try and sneak in and do some kind of contested rolls. That's up to you guys. But I would imagine generally Yog is going to be sleeping through just about everything, and
Yeah, I was
Val's
gonna
going
say,
to be decent enough to be quiet.
Val's not trying to, like, sneak in, but, I mean, be courteous, I guess. Though she probably doesn't really care as much.
Go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage,
Wait, okay.
because the floors are a little creakier than they were
Oh,
a few
God.
hours ago.
Well, that's a
They're a
12.
little warning.
Okay, so it was either a 2 or 12. So 12.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's creaky, but it barely can be heard over the snoring and me's of you all as you get in there. So, anything else from any of you? I mean, I think everyone besides Val is asleep at this point.
It
So,
probably takes a while for her to fall asleep.
It's fair. Okay. Right as the music ended, that's kind of funny. It's kind of dumb to have a campfire, but it's fine. So it's the first one I click. So you all wake up the next morning. I don't think anyone casts any spells other than the Wildshape, but obviously hit points and whatnot fully recovered. Prepare any spells. Cleric or Paladin, druids, or Paladin, you don't have spells yet. So
Yeah, oh,
or do you
yeah,
have-
I do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but I'm not changing any, so.
Right. I'm thinking of the ones that you've been wanting that you don't have yet.
Yeah, the in 2 levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so y'all wake up, prepare any spells you want. I imagine you reconvene downstairs. I would say, since you guys have plenty of use, so Marissa's there in the morning. Is glaring a little bit at you all. Maybe not so much Val, but definitely at Yog, whether or not Yog notices. It's not a particularly...
Yog does. Yog does.
Yeah?
Yog has the decency to look abashed, we'll say. This is very reminiscent for Yog of times that he would get in trouble at the temple growing up. So
Okay. Ignore the ad that's playing right now, sorry. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, but yeah, she's not like cold, but she's definitely wants to let you feel her glare a bit. Probably to Daelin as well. Codex, you don't notice it. Actually, no. Codex, make a insight check. That's actually a good check.
Let's see. Do-do-do.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So Codex, you had a really good night's sleep. You know, you woke up. I'd say you probably weren't interrupted by Daelin coming back to bed or anything like that. You're not sure when they came up, but Daelin and Yog like to stay up late. You wake up next morning. As you head downstairs, you notice Marissa, who's usually really friendly to everybody, is kind of glaring at Yog and Daelin a bit. She's fine with you. She doesn't. You don't really meet eyes. She seems. She's not like staring daggers at either of them, but definitely not as warm as or receptive as she usually is. She also looks a little tired, too.
That's so unfair. Dylan didn't even do anything.
Dylan laughed in her
You're
face
there.
the entire time that she was having this terrible situation. So he did a little. He didn't help.
If you were in his position, you would laugh too.
I know, I agree, but that's not.
That's a general, like, any person I think would have reacted that way.
Oh, so is that Yak Protocol poster new? Oh.
Yeah, there's a giant sign.
Oh,
Yak
oh,
Protocol.
No
Yaks.
Crazy how fast you guys work. I must have been dead asleep.
All right, so, but I'll say, I mean, we've had a lot of RP with Marissa, unless any of you specifically want to address the situation. The standard breakfast meats and whatnot that you've become accustomed to are served. I think we said it's like included in the charge of the room. That's fine. So no cost. Anything you guys want to do here before presumably you set off for the docks?
Yog is uncomfortable enough that Yog doesn't even ask for seconds, which is
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Yeah, it's not brought out to you, so she probably notices a lack of extra food being asked for. But I think that seconds was always charged, so
Yeah.
you know.
We don't have to
Okay.
RP it, but I think Val would probably have another short conversation, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it goes warmly, maybe. But yeah, similar kind of vibe of wants to make sure she knows that you're getting up to something and is okay with not knowing what that is, and will eagerly await your return when she sees you next. And be careful out there. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So, I don't have a map for the docks, so we're gonna be chilling in the Stallion for a bit and doing Theater of the Mind. I didn't think to make one. I apologize. 'Cause I don't think I made one. I know. I probably could fire one up actually really quickly, but it's not gonna be worth it.
Should have done it over break.
But I know I should have. I definitely wasn't preparing anything else over break. So I'll say. I mean, you guys retired relatively. It was actually a little late, but it's probably, we'll call it 9 a.m. when you set off, because time is a factor here, given your 8 p.m. aspect. You make your way to the docks. It's a familiar path to you at this point. Let's say you get there within half an hour or so of a brisk walk, a very directed walk or purposeful walk, perhaps. So you arrive, similar hustle and bustle, perhaps even more so, because I think when you were at the dock previously, it was later in the day. Here, you're having various shipments rolling in. It's much more, probably one of the busier points of time. So a lot of bodies moving around, plenty of room and whatnot. It's not exactly shoulder to shoulder, but it is busy. I can't think of a better word for that. So, there are various fish vendors, either kind of more the prepared food stall type, or more that are selling like more bulk for restaurants or things like that. But you definitely have your choice of fish. I'll say we probably don't need to RP that, but that's up to you guys, since that you're presumably going to get one. And for the time being, no sight of the cat yet. What would you like to do?
Yog is gonna get food. Yog will pay for the fish, but Yog is also gonna get food for himself as well. Yog did not get seconds this morning, so Yog is hungry.
So you want like an actual cooked fish, and then I think salmon might have been the specific request.
Sure.
By the cat, we'll say it was. I feel like it might have been, but okay. So I'll say for a freshly cooked fish, plus smaller portion of salmon or whatever portion to pay the cat. Call it 8 copper. It's a little more expensive since it's freshly cooked and it's a not touristy area, but it's very much a specifically fresh cooked and I don't want to call it luxury, but regardless. And then plus the salmon, so you have 8 copper for that. It's delicious. Okay. It's different. It's very good. You haven't had fish in a while, but it's quite good. So as you purchase that, and you probably return to your party, who probably were just standing watching Yog eat like he usually does. Only a couple minutes go by before a similar 4-legged figure approaches. I think I said a tabby cat before. Which
I think so. It sounds right.
Yeah. So, and I also don't remember the gender. I think it was female. I think it was female.
Female. It was. Yeah, I do remember it was female.
Yeah, and I didn't look through to confirm that, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. So yeah, female cat comes. I'm not gonna say comes strolling up to you, because it does kind of do the nonchalant kind of like walking somewhat in your direction and ends up close to you. Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah.
It was an orange tabby cat according to my notes.
Okay.
And I also have female ?
Oh, question mark.
Okay.
So we did not get a binary gender. Could be.
Right.
I mean, it's cat gender. Who knows?
Right.
Dude, right?
I think you just asked like what it was, and it's like I'm cat.
Didn't have a name.
Doesn't have a name. Oh,
Right.
so we need to
You
give it a name.
orange cat energy too.
So yeah, it kind of strides up and keeps a little bit of a distance, but it's definitely close, and is looking at you quite expectantly, Yog. But it takes a seat, sits down, just looks.
Yeah. Yog will cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Obviously. Hello, friend cat. Yog has brought you fish.
Oh, hello. Good. I was expecting you. You're late.
Yog is sorry. There was an incident last night, so...
An incident, you say?
We were late. Yes, Yog is not allowed to talk about it. Yog was made to promise not to say what it was.
You have my fish.
Yes, Yog has fish. Here you go. Yog will put the fish down.
It takes its time eating it. Just gonna quietly eat it to itself. Takes its time a little bit. Definitely slower than what Yog is accustomed to seeing food be devoured in. But seems to enjoy it. After a few minutes, looks up and says, "Oh, that was quite good. Yes, thank you. So, you wanted a quest."
Yes, Yog needs a quest. Yog and friends.
Just continues to look at you, doesn't really pay any mind to the other 3 people. And did we ever establish, like, Yog basically just sounds like a cat, like mewing.
Yeah,
I think so,
jittering
yeah.
This whole time.
Yeah.
So it's quite odd. Probably gets some really weird looks of people walking by. Because, like, it was one thing when you quickly turn back from the snakes, that was a very sudden movement, but this is a prolonged conversation again. So as soon as people start getting into earshot, you definitely, especially the 3 of you around, definitely notice a lot of heads turning at this weird dragonborn just literally conversing in cat speak to a cat.
I'm just gonna lean against a wall and just let this happen.
Okay, I need to make sure I have my notes. Okay, it says, well, maybe you'll like this. I don't know. I have no promises on how quest-like it will be, but 2 days ago, I witnessed theft, as often happens here, and a cut purse came through and sliced across a bag that spilled out many gems. Many were picked up, but there were a couple that I had my eye on. And as I played around with it before people were able to chase me off, I actually accidentally, kind of, if you could see smugness in a cat, which, I mean, you're conversing with it, so you can probably see it. There's somehow there is cat conveyed sarcasm on the word accidentally. Accidentally knocked a pair of them into that there sewer grate. I've looked in there a couple times, and I can still see them lying there gleaning in the sun, but the sewer's not the place for one such as I. But I'm sure if you're able to find entrance to there and pluck it out, it can be yours. It was quite nice.
Oh. Quest for gems. That is a very good quest, Yog thinks.
I think so too.
Thank you very much, friend cat.
Yes.
If you ever want to talk to Yog again, Yog, you can find Yog at the building with the horse on it.
You can find me here, and I'll take any more fish you may have, but I don't know how many quests I have, but food is always appreciated.
Of course, friend cat. It was nice meeting you. Thank you for the quest.
We've met already.
Oh. Well,
Very
thank
well.
you for meeting again.
And just kind of saunters off in the direction it came.
Yog will stand up and turn to the rest of the party. Meow, Yog. Meow, meow. 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 Meow, meow, meow. Meow.
Daelin just nods.
Yeah.
Yog, meow, meow. Meow. Yog points down over the sewer. Yog hasn't realized that
And?
Yog's still speaking cat, so.
So yeah, you guys just
Interesting.
literally hear the same speak, basically, with a couple words here and there that was conveyed to the cat, even though the cat has long since disappeared back into the crowds to wherever it came from.
So what
Meow,
was that
meow.
about?
Meow?
Very interesting, Yog.
Yog offended. Codex. Meow, meow.
These are the moments I wish Ren was part of this party.
Oh,
Yeah, everyone's ignoring you.
okay. Well,
Yog is looking expectantly, waiting for an answer.
Just write that again in common, Yog.
are we done here?
No.
Was Yog not speaking common? Yog, sorry. Cat speak is very nice to speak in. There are gems in the sewers. The cat says,
Oh.
if we can get into the sewers, we can get the gems.
That seems incredibly suspicious.
What are the gems for?
Yog imagines the same thing that gems usually are for. Looking pretty.
Oh.
Yog does not know if they are special gems or not. The cat played with them and knocked them down into the sewer.
We know where they came from.
A person. There was a thief, and the thief stole some gems, but missed some of the gems, and the cat got them.
So we're stealing from someone who stole them from other people.
We're not stealing them.
We're finding them
Yog
Now that-
agrees.
now that they're lost.
Agrees with what?
Yog does not think that this is stealing.
Perhaps someone is looking for them.
Yes, Yog is looking for them. I mean, maybe someone else other than Yog. But the person is probably gone by now. This was, the friend cat said that it was 2 days ago. So the person who had the gems is probably not here anymore.
Okay.
If we do not get the gems, somebody else probably will steal them as well.
And how do you suggest we go down there?
Well, Yog could just turn into something that could go into the sewer grate.
Like what?
Oh, and then bring it back up.
And then Yog could bring it back up. But then if Yog gets stuck in the sewer, Yog would be by Yog's self in the sewer.
What could possibly go wrong?
Okay. What? How big is the sewer grate?
Oh god.
Okay, so you walk up and inspect it. The sewer grate, it's fairly small. It's probably, like measuring with my hands, it's probably about 2.5 feet wide, only about 7-8 inches tall. It's pretty narrow. It's pretty thin. Are you gonna look into it? Look down into it?
Yeah, Yog will look down
Okay.
to it.
Make a perception check.
Oh, that's an 18 plus 2. It's a dirty 20.
Wow. I need to make sure I have my notes up here. Okay, so yeah, you kind of, I mean, honestly, with Yog's size, pretty much just getting down, hands and knees, looking in. Also get some weird looks from people as you're walking, as the people are walking around, but that's nothing new in this area. Something about the docks and Yog behaving strange is there as well.
Something in the air. Something in the water.
Yeah. So looking down, you don't see any gems standing out. But we do see it's a pretty wide sewer. It's actually drops down probably about 10 to 15 feet. Like, it's pretty depth there, probably presumably given the amount of water that's nearby. You do see some looks to be a significant amount of rubble. Almost like with that roll, almost like there was some kind of cave-in or damage to this section of the sewer. And then very murky water is actually running through the middle. And then there's like basically stone, stone walkways on either side of it. So it's kind of like a channel in between where you see pretty fast, not super fast moving, but definitely flowing water flowing away from the rubble area, deeper into the sewer area.
Okay.
Is there anything else you were particularly looking for?
Yeah. Is the grate, is there room enough in the grate that if Yog was to turn into a poisonous snake, that Yog could slip through?
Yak could definitely slip through, but it'd be a bit of a drop, and it would be hard to get back up. But yeah, you
Is
can definitely
Yak-
fit through the grate. That's not going to be a problem, but it's...
Is Yog smart enough to consider that Yog will need to get back up afterwards? I don't know. Let's find out. Yes.
Okay. Thank God.
Is it big enough that Yog could tie a rope to the grate and drop it down?
Oh, I see. So... Okay. So when I think grate, I guess it would be like barred. Yeah, there'd be enough. Yeah. Yeah, because it's kind of like it's pretty widely spaced bars there. So yeah, there'd be enough room for a snake to get through as well as be able to tie off a rope to it. It's gonna be very obvious in the surroundings because you're in the middle of the hustle and bustle.
Yog turns back. Yog could get down there, but Yog would need a rope to get back up. Yog can turn into a lizard and climb down and then up the rope after Yog finds the gems, but Yog thinks that people might look at Yog weird if Yog started tying a rope down into the sewer.
You want me to do it instead?
I guess that would mean that Yog wouldn't look weird. What does Val think?
I think she's just like face palming this entire time.
No. Yog asked that in character.
Yeah.
Some part of Yog is realizing that there's a line, there's a connection here that's not being made in their brain.
Yeah, I think she's just she's got her head in her hands right now. I think she's probably a little worn out from the previous night still. It's definitely sleep deprived. I don't know.
Okay, I guess that's a yes, Daelin.
Okay, you know what? I'll just stand guard. Don't do anything stupid.
Yog would never do anything stupid.
Val, go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, here come the bad rolls. Well, that was a 5, so that's a 9 total.
Woo!
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people walking around. None that are, at this point, seem to be stopping and paying anyone any particular mind. But, yeah, a lot of people. You're tired.
Yeah, I think she might be partially hungover still, too.
Off like 3 beers?
I mean, probably, it's probably more than one with Marissa.
Yeah, okay. It's a long story, that's fair.
Yeah.
Right?
It was a long
yeah,
night.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so yeah, Val just kind of keeping her head on a swivel. Daelin, Yak, you're convening Codex. Are you doing anything in this situation?
Codex probably just like waiting for whatever transformation is gonna go on. He's just picking his nose while people come by.
That's nice.
Oh, what are you guys doing?
Trying to remember how to tie a rope. No, I'm just kidding. I know how to tie a rope.
Oh, good. Yog did not want to say that it was a knot. Yog is gonna. Is there like an area nearby that Yog can kind of duck into that isn't like an alley or something like that, so that Yog can turn into an animal? Yog is distinctly aware.
I was
after
assuming
last
this
night's thing that.
Oh, I was assuming this was off to the side. Is this in the middle of the street?
It's a little bit in the middle, yeah. You're definitely not off to the side.
The answer is
You're not
yes.
like, yeah, it's kind of like... I mean, it's basically like a sidewalk situation. So you're in front of some buildings, but it's... And there's no alleyway directly near you. And even like in this area, some of the alleyways are even, occupied of people moving goods or storing things. I'll say make a perception check, Yog, for stuff around you.
Sure.
I think Val's too tired to argue.
14.
14? What'd you say?
I think Val is too tired to argue.
Yeah. 14. I would say nothing, within, 15, 20 feet is unoccupied. Because again, you're off to the side a little bit, but definitely not. You're still out in the open. You're just not in the middle of where everyone's walking about. I'd say like a bit across the way. You can see, if you're watching for a little bit, you can see an alleyway, kind of across the square a little bit. It's not like or more like kind of catty corner. Seems like there's an alleyway. You can see some obstructions and boxes that you haven't seen anybody go in or out of for a little bit, so it seems presumably empty. It is. This is why I wish I had had a map. Theater of the Mind's probably 70, 80 feet away, kind of, to the side a bit. So it's not too far away, but it's obviously, if you're a lizard distance, that's a little shorter or a little longer. But
that's fine. Lizards have a 20-foot movement speed somehow.
Okay. Yeah, flipping around real fast.
Yeah, quick little fuckers.
You still got to avoid feet getting from them to there. Whether or not Yog knows that is up to you.
Oh
I don't think Yog's thinking about that much. Yog is just distinctly remembering that there have been some negative reactions to Yog transforming recently.
Yeah. And the one thing I'll say as well, Yog, since that was a high perception, I would say as you look that way, you spot that alley, you do see there are a pair of guards that are walking about. You notice, you've seen these armor. You haven't really encountered the guards, surprisingly, in your time in Durandal. Actually, that's not true. You saw the guards that almost caught you when you were a bear by the meat stalls in the Outlaws Market. And I think they would have been very much making their presence known as soon as you reverted back. You may not have known they're looking for you, but regardless, you've seen, the standard outfits. So you can see them patrolling. So there definitely is a guard presence here as well.
Okay.
Again, whether or not Yog makes a ton of connections there, but that is, you do see two men with, tall pointy sticks walking around.
Yeah, I don't think Yog's brain is not connecting it in that fashion. Yog is just, people have reacted negatively to me turning into an animal recently.
Sure.
I'm gonna go hide the fact that I'm doing that.
Right.
So Yog will make his way over and transform the alley instead.
Okay. And this is while Daelin is tying a rope?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you establish that that's what Daelin would start doing?
I believe that's what Daelin is doing. Correct.
Upon seeing Yog go do his thing, Daelin would have assumed that was the time to go
Okay.
do that.
Okay. Okay. So Yog walks off. Daelin begins tying a rope. How much rope are you tying off? Just enough to reach the bottom, basically?
Normally a little bit extra.
Okay.
Daelin has learned in the past it's always good to have a little extra rope.
Okay, fair.
So once it hits the ground, there's probably another 2 feet of rope just kind of hanging out.
Sure, pulled there. Okay. Okay. Val is keeping watch, albeit fairly unsuccessfully. Nothing terribly of note. Didn't see the guards that Yog saw. Maybe by the time you see Yog walk off, maybe you see them walking around, but they're not walking towards you at this point. And then Codex, are you just kind of still standing about?
There's nothing on the grate that we can just pull?
You could try. You want to try and pull it and see if it's secured?
Yeah. He'll give it a little
Okay, make a strength check.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I want it to be small or large.
Oh, that was a save.
That was a save.
Fine. It's probably the same roll.
Yeah. That's a pretty good.
Wow. What do you wink? We need to get you a little green pointy hat.
Okay, I'd say it actually does give a bit here. It doesn't come off, but it's definitely not as secure as it seems. I mean, this is still a metal grate in a busier area. They're gonna have some attention to detail, but it's definitely budging. You probably think another good, probably doesn't have to be that strong of a tug. You could probably remove it. It might be a little loud, but there is a lot of hustle and bustle going about.
Ooh.
But it is also going to remove what you need as a tether point to tie the rope to, because it's still a narrow opening if you're pulling this off. Like, it's still not going to be like, you can't fit a human through it if you were to remove this.
Is everyone busy doing their thing? Or did they see me?
Well, Daelin definitely saw you, because Daelin was like starting to tie a rope to it, and then you started yanking on it. So you and Daelin are like face to face at this point, trying to do two very different things to the sewer grate. With zero communication between the two of you.
You think I should pull this, or you think that'd be too loud?
Do you think it would come off?
I kind of nudged it a little. I think
Should
one
it
more.
come off? I can't fit down there.
I'll try to nudge it again.
Okay, like, and by nudge you mean remove it?
Yeah.
I hate the word nudge now, by the way.
Noodge. What a callback.
If you're trying to remove it, yeah, strength check. Jesus.
Oh my god, a natural 20?
My
Holy
goodness.
shit, dude, maybe you should be the tank.
Guys, I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, so
Nice.
this is removed. There's a sharp clang as it kind of separates because it was, you know, kind of rusted a bit. Not quite as loud as you thought, just because it's removed so cleanly, or so quickly rather. It's not really clean because it's definitely a little jagged. So with the hustle and bustle going on, nothing of significant audible noise range. I can't think of the right word to fucking describe that. It wasn't very loud. And now, Codex, you're left with a, what did I say, 2 foot long, 7 foot wide series of bars now in your hand. Daelin, you are impressed, first of all.
You can put that
but
rope
also-
away now, Dane.
Can he?
So now,
Daelin's also just staring at Codex, a little wide-eyed.
Val, you probably noticed this. It's up to you if you're continuing to kind of scan the area. Yog, you're halfway to the alley at this point. If not already there. Coast still seems clear. Guards have moved away.
Yeah,
Alley
I
looks
rolled I got a 6 on my perception check. I don't think Yog heard the grate come
definitely
off
not.
either.
No,
Yog
absolutely
is
not. You already-
Yog is full mission ahead, like
Yeah.
getting into the alley, turning into a lizard, getting back.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Do you want me to make
So you get to
another...
the point. So yeah.
I was gonna say, do you want me to make
Okay.
another perception check?
You say for Val. You
Yeah.
Do another perception. Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
So yeah, you're
it's so good. It's a 7.
yeah, 7. You barely heard the sewer grate. Then you turn around and then you just kind of astounded actually that Codex is somehow holding that in his hand.
How did you
And it kind of distracts you for a while.
how did you do that?
I don't know, Val. I just kind of nooged it right off.
I don't know if anyone else even knows that and saw my stream when that happens. I don't know if anyone's.
Well, I'm gonna use it.
That's an inside joke right there.
It is. Yeah, it's a stupid joke. We'll talk about it later. Okay, so now there's 2 of you staring at Codex with this grate in his hand. What do you got before we go back to Yog? What are you doing? What are the 3 of you doing now that you don't have a spot to tie the rope to? I think there was a
put
miscommunication as to what tying the rope to the grate was to do.
Put it back down.
And
What
I
are you
find that
doing?
hilarious as a DM.
Why are you holding it still?
I don't know. I'm freaking out, Val. you want to take this?
I will take
I'll
it.
just slowly put it down. I guess.
Oh, I was gonna say I can take
You want
it.
to take this and then you set it down.
I'm going to take it and set it down. Should I put it back?
But I
It's-
nooged it so good.
I mean, you can kind of like set it back, but it's definitely not going to be like super secure because if you take a quick look, it was definitely a bit rusted at
Oh my
the
God,
contact
you
points.
broke it.
And yeah, so like it's not
so
really
it wasn't meant to
settle
come
well.
off. That was like
Codex, you
built
broke
in.
it.
We just ripped it off.
Yes.
Literally.
Oh God.
Literally ripped
Why
it
am
off.
I an accomplice
Holy
in
shit,
this?
dude.
That's destruction of public property.
Oh my god, we swore.
Owie.
Owie.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
So so as you guys are debating that, so Yog, you've shifted just to a standard lizard. Is this like a gecko kind of lizard or like a iguana? Or is it literally just a lizard?
Well,
in the
oh,
name?
iguana was in the book.
It's just lizard. It's just lizard.
Oh, so iguana is separate from lizard.
Well,
I don't know if iguanas.
there was an iguana in the book. I remember I did timestamps
Oh,
for every single
in the
animal
Picture.
last session.
Oh, there was iguana.
So there was an iguana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iguana.
That's a good one.
It
It'd
I
be
don't know.
green.
Might be an iguana.
Okay. I mean, the lizard stat book is fine.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Okay. So you're now an iguana in an alley. And you're just gonna
Iguana
go
in the alley.
full speed ahead to the
Yeah.
party. So you said it was a 25-foot move speed, so
20 foot. 20 foot.
20 foot. So basically like a round and a quarter of a dash to get there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's like 10 seconds.
Right. So I'll say, how many hit points does an iguana have? One probably, or lizard?
2.
2. Okay. So you could probably survive getting stepped on once. So make a dexterity save to avoid feet, because people
Oh,
aren't looking
gosh.
down. People aren't gonna.
But that's what
Oh,
that's
hey.
what the lizard stat block, isn't it?
Yeah, it's with the lizard stat block. But I think I get my save bonus if I have a deck. I don't. So it's 12. I got.
Oh right, yeah, 12. Okay. Oh, 12. Okay. I'll say you're getting there. It's getting tight. I'll say make one more. The DC's gonna be a little higher because you didn't do great on that first one, so it's definitely struggling that last little stretch, but it is a shorter stretch.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Oh God. Okay. Oh God. I mean, getting stepped on would probably just be 1 point of damage though, because it would basically be an unarmed. It's not even intentional. So. Okay. So yeah, as you're getting. So. You can see the party. I don't know how good lizard vision is, but we'll assume it's a straight shot. You can see.
Dark vision 30 feet actually. Lizards
Okay, so presumably, strong enough that you can discern you know where they were. It wasn't like it was a complex map. But you definitely feel a significant amount of pain. Maybe you don't know this, and I don't know how well the animal instincts would translate, but definitely someone stepped on your tail and it's separated. I don't know if that happens with iguanas, but we're gonna say it. So you take 1 point of damage as an iguana.
Oh no.
The person did not notice, so there's not. I feel like an iguana in the docks would be an odd situation, but. So yeah.
Feel erotic.
Yeah. So okay. So as you're getting closer. So what is is the grate sitting on the floor? What happened with that? Like what?
It's
Where
just
did it-
I think it was sitting against
I
the
think
like.
Val's gonna set it back down as best as she can on the sewer
Okay.
again,
Okay.
and then
So
goes back to keep watch.
Question:
Okay.
Is the rope tied to the grate?
I don't think the rope ever got tied to anything.
I thought
Okay.
Daelin
I
tied it
think
to
the
the
rope was
grate.
beginning to be
Dropped down.
tied.
Oh, okay. So it didn't end up getting tied. Okay.
My understanding, and Daelin, you can correct me if you had different intentions, was Daelin was beginning to tie the rope, and then Codex strongmanned the grate
Oh,
off.
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Okay. So there's been no rope tied.
Oh
The
my
rope is
God.
out in Daelin's hand.
Yeah, he's holding it right now.
We're so good
right.
at this.
So all you have right now is a broken sewer grate that is precariously set down where it used to be. Daelin's and Codex are both crouched around the grate. Daelin with a bunch of rope. Val, as you turn and kind of right yourself, get back up, you see 2 patrolling guards are walking in directly in your direction because they rolled a nat 20.
Oh shit!
On a perception check. The one time I rolled, because I waited as Yog was leaving the alleys when I rolled for him, as they're just kind of moving about. Okay. So it's a pair of guards. The garb, if you will, is kind of a slightly crimson tinted leather armor. It's not flashy. It's definitely functional, especially in this area. It's the docks. So you have to protect goods. There's definitely a need for proper guards versus anything showy or whatnot. I know I wrote down a while ago I had a stat block. I can't remember exactly what weapons they are. Give me one moment. Okay. One has a long spear. The other has a long sword. Neither are brandished. Well, the spear is, because you can't really holster it easily, but neither are necessarily pointing them in your direction, but they definitely have a hand on each weapon. The frontmost of the 2, pretty stocky, human male, can't see much through the helmet and armor and whatnot, steps forward and says, "What are you doing? Why are you investigating this? What's going on?" Just talking to all 3 of you, basically.
Is Lizard Yog over there by now?
I'd say you're like approaching as this conversation begins. It's like pretty much when you meet up there.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Do they
So
see
you're
the
like-
thing on the
It
floor?
broke. It broke. He stepped on it, and I think the hinges broke.
Make a deception check.
That's not. That's not entirely okay. I mean, it's not entirely false.
That's a lie. Let's come on.
Oh, I don't even. God damn it! I don't have any extra points in deception. Oh, okay. Well, it's a natural 17 for a 19. So.
Nice.
The guard rolled a natural 2. Hold on. I'm sorry. There we go. Probably should make more tense music, but looks at you and is still surveying you and says, "Fine. Why do you have a spool of rope out?" Looking at you, Daelin.
It was actually wow. Hold on. As a person, I've forgotten the word I was trying to use.
Say it's for a lizard.
He's technically not lying.
That lizard got loose.
Okay.
Daelin.
Good news, I remembered. It's actually unrelated. We just sort of... I was holding this, looking at it, and trying to count how much I've got, and then, well, now there's a hole in the ground.
Make a deception check, please.
Oh my god.
I'll say... no, I'm not going to say advantage, but the DC might be... Or,
To be fair, it was not related to the grate coming off.
yeah, okay. Deception check regardless. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Damn! The night of nat 20s?
These are the nat 20s?
This is great. We're wasting it all now before we track this
Yeah.
guy.
This is no... Oh my god. Okay, I mean, I'll roll. Yeah, it's a snat 16, so yeah, no. So... They're just looking at you. The other guard, so the guard that's talking to you is the long sword guard. The one behind him appears to be a female half-orc with the spear. She's just taking it in, quiet, narrowed eyes. The guard in front says, "You were just counting... I don't have time for this. Just move along. You're impeding traffic."
Well,
Get on.
hold
Get on with your
on.
day.
Should we
What?
not tell someone at least? There's a hole in the ground. It's a bit
You
dangerous.
just told me. It's still... The grate is still on there.
Fix your city, bro.
Alright. Calm down, Codex.
So Yog, you
Is-
definitely arrived
yeah.
at this point.
Is Daelin still holding the rope leading down to the
You
grave?
didn't have a chance to put it away.
Yeah, are you still like crouched down, Daelin, or are you like stood up to meet these guards?
Oh no, he's standing with everyone else at this point. I'm
Okay, so
assuming
yeah, the rope is
I'm
still
assuming
draped
everyone's-
down.
Yog doesn't pay attention to
Oh my
what's going
God.
on and just heads down the rope as a lizard.
Is the rope still draped into the sewer though?
I thought it
I
was.
guess you did put it down there, didn't you?
I wouldn't have pulled it out. Daelin's probably still holding on to it too, so like it's still.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Okay, so you start climbing down the rope.
Yeah, yeah. Climb speed, man.
Daelin, I don't know if you would notice because you're going to be staring at the guard.
Well, I'm holding the rope, and now it's heavier.
Yeah. Okay.
How heavy is?
I'll say make a perception check. I'll let you make a perception check for it.
Oh my
Because you
God.
are still like talking to these guards that are somewhat aggressive.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
an
Iguana is
eight.
big too. They're like.
It's an 8-pound lizard.
okay. Well, you got like 1 pound less because your tail. 15. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, you definitely feel. You haven't forgotten the plan, so you know that this added weight.
He is
It's
keeping
definitely-
eye contact like a champion.
Okay. Okay. So a Iguan-Yog, make a.
I'm writing that down. Iguan-Yog. That's gonna go in. That's gonna be a timestamp.
I love it.
Does an iguana have a climb speed?
Yeah, 20 foot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
so
I'd
there's,
say,
there's no chuck. It's just
yeah,
down the
yeah,
rope we
you just
go.
navigate the rope. It's difficult, but it's not. It's doable. I mean, you're surprisingly dexterous and able at this point, so you scamper down the rope. I'll say as you start going down the rope, anyways.
Yeah.
I don't even know how the hell the guards would react to seeing a giant lizard just crawling down this rope into the sewer.
Just a
mean,
normal sized lizard.
I'll
just
have
a
them make
normal
perception
lizard.
checks because they are again questioning you
God.
guys. Although they were looking right at the grate.
I think giant lizard is technically a different creature in 5e, so
Okay.
Just a normal
Sorry.
lizard.
Sorry.
important.
I don't even know how they would react. Iguanas could presumably be native. It's a warmer area of the continent. It's not unheard of.
Sure.
I'll still make perception checks. Just for the hell of it. Okay, they rolled very well, so they definitely noticed. Okay. The human male guard is the one doing all the talking at this point. It says, "Okay, we'll pull the damn rope up. You're letting the vermin into the sewers now. We don't need more shit down there than there already is. Quickly, do it." And that's to you, Daelin.
Right. And he's gonna start kind of fumble with it in his hands for a second and start like
Okay.
spooling it around his arm,
Okay.
which is slower than it should be, but he's trying
Sure.
to buy Yog time.
Yeah, and it's not hard with that climb speed, and it was 15-ish feet down. Yeah, I'd say, and there was slack at the bottom of the rope, so yeah, it's not really an issue.
Those
Worst
extra
case,
2 feet, man.
Yep. Worst case, there has to be a little bit of a hop down as Iguan-Yog, but yeah, you make it to the floor of the sewer. So Yog, you reach the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, just go ahead and make a perception check. The rest of you, yeah, Daelin, you spool up the rope slowly, but you feel the weight shift off, so you know that Yog made it down.
Hey, TG. That's a nat 20.
Are you serious? Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
It is
Give you-
it's a total of 22 for what it's worth.
Okay, of course it is, sure. So
Yeah.
did we really? So 3 of you have rolled a nat 20 in the last 4 rolls, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
I haven't
Pretty
yet.
much.
Yeah.
Am I the only- I'm the only
All for a
person who's
couple of
not-
gems in the
I'm-
sewer.
I am the only person who's not rolled a nat 20 tonight.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'll come back to that perception check. So yeah, Daelin, you pretty much finished spooling up the rope. Val and Codex, I mean, you guys are just kind of taking this in. The guards seem occupied enough with whatever's going on that they're not terribly discerning, I guess, of your stories. They seem to buy what you told them. Says, all right, and then so you finish spooling up the rope. All right, move along, get out of the way. There's too much going on here for you to be dawdling here. We'll deal with the hole in the ground. Don't fret about it. So move along.
Just be careful. Don't fall in.
Just glares at you, narrowed eyes.
Damn it.
Go.
Come on.
I
So you guys start
didn't want
walking
them to fall in. I wouldn't
So you
want
guys
to fall
walking away?
in.
What are you doing, the three of you? Because they're still standing there. They're waiting for you to move.
Yeah,
I figured
I'll
we
go
were
ahead and
walking
start
in.
walking.
Okay. Codex, you following along?
Yeah, I'm walking.
Okay. You see them. If any of you look back behind you, you see they're still standing there. The human is kind of watching you go. The half orc seems to be back to kind of just, looking about just to make sure everything's above board, doing their job. Okay, give me a moment.
This is great.
And I'll see if
We're-
I can find a lizard.
Yeah, we're doing so good right now.
Were we not intended to go into the sewer with only one person?
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is definitely exactly how I expected this to go. Oh, nice. That's actually a pretty solid. Okay, looks a little weird there. Let me give control. Yog, save, fog of war, reveal this. Okay, and then. Okay, I think we're good. And then I need to shift you over. Okay. So. Yog.
Boy.
Should have control of the lizard character, lizard token.
Oh, it's so cute.
It is kind of adorable.
That's really nice. Yeah, there's that, and then there's a basilisk that's available. But
I
it's nice
kind
little
of
one.
love Iguan-Yog.
Iguan-Yog.
And it's green. It works out. He's the tail isn't there, so. The rest of you are in the top left corner quadrant, but you're above the ground. So, Yog. So you make it down. You land with a little bit of just a soft kind of plop. Again, it matches, what you expected. You see this kind of channels running through the middle. Again, there's a current to it, but it's not. It's like a stream. It's not rushing. It's not, aggressive. The smell, I don't know exactly how good, iguana's sense of smell is.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it's
not
definitely bad. Whatever, I mean, you are, but it's definitely an old, dank sewer, and you're also at ground level. So you're getting the full brunt of it, but yeah, who knows exactly how well that translates in iguana senses. It's pitch black.
You want to know? Fun part is iguanas explore their environment by flicking out the tongue and licking the air or tongue. So it tastes bad.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Down here.
Tastes awful. Okay. So yeah. And yeah. So you've got a channel that runs pretty far down. What we would call south. To your east is that rubble. That you saw, because essentially this grate was, obviously pretty much right where you landed. So you can see the grate, you can see the rubble across the way there. Okay, with an nat 20, and with the sun hitting, just right, especially given your low vantage point, you can see nestled. Right about here, kind of in the rubble, just a bit, but on the edge of it. It's definitely not like buried in it, but it kind of rolled to a stop at the rubble. You see a very gleaming bright blue gem. It's large. It's not obscenely large. But it's definitely more than like what you would fit in like a ring. Like this is a raw blue sapphire. It can fit in an iguana mouth fairly easily.
Nice.
Do you walk up to him and grab it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me check something. Go ahead and make another perception check.
Cool.
Now that you're in this location.
Is it cursed? It better not be cursed.
Not nearly as well. 9.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me check something real quick. One moment.
That is
See,
so
we know he's actually
ominous.
checking
That
something,
is
'cause
so
we hear
fucking
him
ominous. I
shuffling
hate
around.
that.
I couldn't find a certain book. Don't mind me.
Oh no.
It's
Why?
fine.
Why is it so ominous?
Oh no.
The party, meanwhile, is just above the ground, just walking in one direction. Eventually, you know, you look back and you see the guards have continued their patrol. They're still somewhat close to the grate, but their backs are turned. They're kind of keeping their head on a swivel a little bit, but in another 30 seconds or so, presumably they won't be looking at the grate anymore. Sorry, I'm trying to find this page. And what did you say your perception was? Like an 8, a 9?
And yeah.
Okay. Okay. So as you go to grab the gem, and you are able to scoop it up, it takes a second to kind of inch forward and grab it. What is the armor class of a lizard?
Oh, God.
What if I were to tell you that it was 10?
10? Okay.
Yes.
Well, okay, I rolled a 5. Jesus.
Hey!
The worst time to roll shit. So
Iguan-Yog!
you know, you still, you know, that initial perception, something just seemed off about this area. And as you, right after you grab the sapphire, this blur quickly strikes out of this just viscous gray liquid.
Oh,
This doesn't
no.
match the image that I have. But this blob kind of stretches out and tries to lash out at you. But you're able to just barely dodge out of the way, keeping a good grip on the sapphire. I don't know if Yog would probably have any knowledge of what this is.
I have no idea.
But it's just this very oozing gray amorphous blob that has reached out and thankfully missed. However, I would like Yog to roll initiative as a lizard.
Oh my God. You better not die down there.
So it's a 9.
Ooh, it rolled 14. Grim, you don't have any combat music in your peaceful playlist.
Yeah, I
here.
do. It's at the bottom.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, it's at the very end.
Okay.
Here, can I add it?
Perfect.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
got it,
did.
I got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So the grayish ooze-like creature, it's now its turn. What I was looking is to see if it had just like a,
Oh, no.
if it like a touch attack, basically, like if it just occupied your space. But as far as I can tell, it does not. It's purely the pseudopod attack. It'd be like a gelatinous cube that does that. So, so it's gonna, it's gonna continue to strike out at you with its pseudopod attack. God, it rolled shit, but it is a 10 to hit. Is that enough? What did
I
you say
have a
AC was?
10. I have
You
a
have
10.
10, so that hits. And damage in your Wildshape rolls over, right? Because I know you only have 1 hit point.
Yes,
So it'll roll.
it does.
So that is 6 points of bludgeoning and 6 points of acid damage.
Jesus. Okay.
And you're not wearing metal armor, are you?
No. I don't
think you're
I don't
wearing
know if
leather,
that would
right?
matter.
So yeah, it's weird
Because I
it's like the first
shift
attack, yeah.
shift back.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because I was going to ask, because if you said no, then it definitely wouldn't matter, but I don't think
It's
it would. I would say
it's leather armor anyway.
Okay, perfect. So yeah. So you get, you're not able to dodge the second pod that comes flying out, striking you. You transform back to Yog, now with a sapphire in your mouth, and on all fours, having taken the significant burning acidic damage as it kind of starts burning away. At this point, burning away your dragonborn flesh. So I need to switch out. Iguan-Yog is no more, and you are there. Okay, what would you like to do?
Do we want them to also have like a group
Move on to
initiative?
We'll do this one first,
cool.
and then
Cool. Sounds good.
'cause this is gonna be interesting.
So here's what we're gonna do. That hurt. That hurt a lot. Man. Y'all have to fight, man. I don't think Yog. There's no way to get up is the problem.
Not in your current setting. Nope.
I can climb up if there's a rope. Oh no, I can't get out though.
Yeah, that's a very narrow grate for a big old dragonborn.
In worst case, I'll take a short rest. It's fine. It's fine.
I swear to
Yeah,
God.
what's your Wildshape right now?
Yeah, I get 2 total.
Okay, so you have one more. Okay.
Yeah, so but like
Good
that's
thing you didn't turn into a yak this morning.
I swear to God, if Yog if you die down there, Val's going to kill him again.
for this. Of
You guys
all
come back and it's
things.
just Yog's body getting absorbed into an ooze.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, Yog is going to turn into something.
Okay.
Cool.
Go on.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking around at things. Probably just better to do. Let's just go with a bear, I guess. Y'all gonna go bear. That's
Okay.
unless toads have poison resistance. They do not.
Let me see.
That would be
Which
great.
bear? Brown or black bear? Because it's
brown,
a
we
narrow
go-
path.
Because
That's a large creature, right?
does it? Yeah. Is there enough room for me to be a bear?
Not really. It's really only about 6,
I'd be
7 feet
stepping
wide.
into the
Right.
water, right?
You wouldn't really have like sure footing at that point, yeah. And you can't tell how deep it is, but it definitely doesn't seems deeper than a couple feet.
That's annoying. I guess I have to go black bear then.
Oh, of course, now I reached my playback limit on the music. Sorry.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
I did like 30
when it
seconds
started.
after we started it.
Yeah,
okay.
me too.
Great.
Oh well. Okay, so you're going
Yeah,
black bear, or are you
Yeah,
still-
unfortunately, all my stronger forms are large. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a black bear, but there you go.
Yeah. That's got a swim speed. I can't use that. Yeah, it'll be black bear. That'll have
Okay.
to do. Black bear
semi
as an
long, so.
action.
Yep.
As an action, and then as a bonus action, raging.
Okay. Okay.
It won't help against the acid damage, but it will help
Right.
against the whatever you call it.
Bludgeoning.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
that thing.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I have a
Anything
feeling
else?
this creature was not intended to be fought with one person, but
No.
God.
Well,
well,
If you die, we're leaving you down
Um,
there.
Any movement or no?
if I move, I get attacked. Now we stand and fight, I guess.
Okay. Okay. So end of the rounds. So top side. You have no idea what's going on down below. I would say Daelin could have conferred to the rest of the group that Iguan-Yog went down there, since I don't think they would have seen. Actually, you know what? Honestly, you guys probably would have seen just because of how close in proximity you were. Or no, the guys said it. I'm sorry. The guards noticed and even literally said that something crawled down, so you guys can connect the dots. You have started your stroll away from the grate. I would say probably is going to take at least a round for the guards to move away to the point where you can approach the grate again, since they're still just kind of standing there waiting for you guys to move away. Actually, no, wait, I'm sorry. It did take a second for Yog to get down there, survey the scene, go to the gem, pick it up.
Yeah.
So I'd say you can take your turn. You can take this turn to walk back to the grate. And I would say that's probably when you would realize potentially what's going on. You would see a bear and maybe hear the bear potentially on this next turn yelling out in pain. So we can say you guys approach the grate again after this turn ends, and we'll get you into the initiative order after this next round.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
So combat, at the end of combat, we'll roll you guys into initiative. We'll go from there. So, assuming Yog's still alive. So,
I'm just chilling in the deck room over there.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so it's an ooze. It doesn't really have creativity with its attack, so it's going to lash out with another pseudopod attack. That die is rolling all around. That misses. That is a 9 to hit.
Yeah, that will miss. Yes.
It rolled around so many different double-digit numbers, but it did not land. And yeah, I mean, it's just there lashing out, trying to. It's an ooze. It sees prey and it's going for it. So, but that's the end of its turn. It's not going to do anything else. So, what would Yog like to do? And I would. It is kind of in cover with these rocks because it's still kind of in the rubble.
Oh, is it?
But you'll be able to lash out at it. It's an ooze. It's pretty amorphous. So yeah, it's still because it can squeeze in. So
that is important.
And yeah, you're right. It is. So I won't penalize it. So yeah, it's there, but it is still nestled in there. But there's enough of it to hit that I won't grant it any AC, especially since I didn't clarify that ahead of time. So yeah.
Okay. Yog attacks, man.
Okay.
I'm not expecting to hit, but it's not a very good plus to hit as a black bear. But
so is it 2 attacks, right? 2 claws.
yeah, it's 2 attack. It is a bite and a claw.
Okay.
So the bite is an AC 14 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Then the claw will also hit, as that is a 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits. I'm just making sure there's nothing about melee attacks.
Yeah.
Not unless you have metal paws.
I do not have metal paws. As far as I know, bears don't have metal claws.
Metal bears.
Blah blah blah.
Okay, so you go and roll damage for both. They both hit.
Hell yeah.
Actually, it's very low AC. It's a gray ooze. It's very basic.
We'll see if it falls or I fall first, I guess. Bite is 1d6 plus 2. That is 6 damage. And then the claws is 2d4 plus 2, and that is 3. And that is 8 damage.
So 6 and 8.
14
total. Okay. What is that? Okay. It's still standing or blobbing around, but it definitely. I mean, it's spraying across at this point. Like you're kind of pulling it out from the rocks before it separates, before the mass separates, and just kind of splatters against the wall, rips into your teeth, tastes absolutely terrible. Like the worst, like jalapeno taste, acidic burn. But it doesn't do any damage to you. You're doing okay. So that's the end of the round. So I will have the rest of you roll initiative as you guys kind of approach this grate. You can actually see now through the light, surveying down and hearing the bear form spitting out something. It's definitely not an iguana down there anymore.
Yeah,
what was Yog's AC? Or sorry, what was Yog's initiative?
9.
9. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So, go ahead.
if we're hearing combat, I think Val is definitely wanting to get down there now.
Okay. Codex, what's your dexterity bonus?
2.
Okay, so that's a 10. Okay. Daelin, Yog, 19. Jeez.
I got a 13.
Wow.
I didn't mean Yog. I meant, 13. Okay. So I believe the ooze had a 14. I don't know if I actually said it, but I believe it was a 15.
You did not. You just said that it was above 9.
Okay, you're right. I'm pretty sure it's a... Yeah, because you rolled high, but he has a minus. Okay, so Daelin is first. So yeah, Daelin is you approach, just kind of, again, you're all nonchalantly kind of walking towards the grate, excited to see what treasures Iguan-Yog has returned for you when you start hearing, maybe not a roar, but definitely noises that are not an iguana, that is a black bear upon further inspection. But it's going to be, you do actually have a somewhat of a decent vantage point, because again, you guys are, actually I can do this, I can move you all to like here, with the grate being like right there. So you guys can look in, but it's definitely going to be difficult to shoot anything around the black bear form in an ooze that's kind of buried in the rocks. It's hard to see. So That being said, what would you like to do? Because yeah, that's going to be something that's going to be really hard for you guys to hit, with Yog standing in the way with the angle and everything.
In hindsight, maybe this wasn't the best idea.
You don't say. You don't say.
This is a great idea.
Maybe we shouldn't let Yog and Daelin make the plans from now on.
Yeah, I think we figured that out the previous night.
To be fair, Daelin didn't make this plan. He just went along
True.
with it.
That's true. Same with Yog turning into a yak. Daelin did not make that plan at all.
Well, I guess we're assuming that he's gonna be the first one of the great, since that's kind of initiative order.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you got the rope in hand.
Can I? I'm just gonna roll a perception just to see if I actually hear anything as I'm kind of, standing over the grate, about to do something, about to take an action.
Okay. Oof.
I don't. No, it's pretty loud
Now
up
the
here.
rolls are evening out. Rolling in that 2 + 3. Yeah. You know what sounds really good right now? That's fish that Yog bought earlier. You could probably go for a snack. That could be good. You can see it. It's not too far away. Weird noises coming out from there, though.
No, I can't listen to that little demon on my shoulder today. No, he's gonna, as best he can, kind of peek in there.
Okay.
And with such a shitty roll, he's just gonna turn to the rest of the party members. You guys, I don't see him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all he can really do. He's gonna stand off to the side, so he's out of the way. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll say you guys can kind of, again, you can't really climb down in it unless you do some kind of transmutation of yourself. Hey, there's music. Okay, so it's the end of Daelin's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Val, your initiative was a 13, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the ooze is at a 14, so the ooze gets another attack. It's definitely reeling at this point, but again, it has an intelligence of 1. It's just lashing out at whatever organic matter is around it, so it's going to do another attack. Just making sure. Yeah, it's a single attack. That's an 8 to hit.
Yeah, that
So,
would miss. That would miss.
Yeah, at least I got 1 hit in you guys for the first combat in months. Yeah, so I mean, it just sweeps your bear form now, knowing exactly what this creature is, or at least what its attacks are like. You're able to easily backpedal out of its reach as it swings across. That's the end of its turn. Val, you're up.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I gotta... Well, so we can hear combat, right?
I would say, yeah, it's make a perception check.
Oh,
Let's have
God
you make a perception
damn
check.
Okay, that's a
'cause we're kind of-
17.
Okay, yeah, because I would say I'm giving you guys a little bit of the benefit of like your.
Oh,
immediately going
actually,
to the
that's a
grate and you think
16.
Everything's fine.
Sorry, that's a 16.
16. Okay. No, I would say yeah. You're doing a quick, again, inconspicuously trying to look down at this grate, and you can see a black bear form that's 30 some feet away, given the angle and whatnot. That seems to be in combat. Like it's definitely in an aggressive situation. Also, real quick, Yog, you have the gem in your mouth, and then you did a bite attack. Did you drop that? Did you think about that? Would you have thought about that? Because I didn't.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Yog would have thought.
Okay.
I don't know. Here, let's roll. About evens. Yog thought about it. Yeah, odds. Yog didn't.
Sure.
Evens. Yog thought about it.
Okay. I'll say you would have been able to set it down.
Yeah.
It's
Yog,
a gem.
so
It's not like it's gonna break. You can just set it down without it falling in the water or whatever.
Yog dropped it, but dropped it
Yeah.
without losing it, basically.
Yep. That's fine. Yep.
Alright,
Okay.
cool.
So yeah, Val, what do you want to do? So yeah, you can definitely see. You can't really tell what this black bear, which is presumably Yog, is fighting, but it definitely seems like something has gone awry very quickly.
She's just like, God fucking damn it.
Could just be one of those sewer black bears. You don't know.
So the rope, Daelin has the rope coiled up in his hands right now, right?
Yes. Or around his shoulder, I think specifically.
Can I? Well, I guess I think I also have rope. Can I take the rope from him
Yeah.
If
And-
Daelin allows it, yep, that'd be a bonus action.
He's
I'd
got
say
a
to
loose
like,
grip on it. Yeah.
yeah.
Can I like
You would.
set it up to move the sewer grate like a little bit off to the side, tie the rope to it, and drop the rope down?
Ooh, I would say make a survival check to see how quickly you can do all that.
Okay.
I like that. That's good.
Because I think as soon as Val hears combat, I mean, she is not very happy with him, but, yeah, so it's a 15 for a 16 total.
15 was the DC, so yeah, I'd say through sheer pissed off energy, you're able to quickly assess the situation, grab the rope. Daelin, trusts in whatever you're about to do. You're able to cinch off a quick knot and drop the rope in. That's going to be pretty much your entire turn.
Can I can't use my, does that include all my movement?
What are you trying to do with your movement?
Can I go down the rope? Or would that be another?
It's going to be too small. It's so narrow.
I can't.
It's going to be, you guys aren't really going to fit.
That's the
Motherfucker.
issue we have now, is that nobody else can fit inside the grate.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
This is like 7 inches. I mean,
How
Just the
lanky
whole-
is Val?
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Daelin 1000%
Val-
cannot fit down there.
Val is 5'10", but she's like broad-shouldered. She's pretty muscular.
Right. And
with armor
armor.
on. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would take
Yeah,
like
there's no way you guys can.
it would take like 10 minutes to take off her armor.
Right. Yeah, there's really just no way any of you are going to be able to fit in your current forms and equipment. Like, maybe Codex would be the only one, maybe, since he doesn't wear armor, but even then, that's going to be so narrow. And it's not going to be quick, and it's not going to be subtle.
Okay. I was thinking, I was assuming it would be big enough, like barely big enough for a person.
Oh, no. Do you still want to do the tying off of the rope?
yeah.
You want to work on that since
Yeah.
there was a misunderstanding?
No,
Okay.
I still want to do that, but now I don't know what to do
But
after
you
that.
still want to do it?
Yeah, I'll still
Okay.
do that.
Okay. Yeah, so you tie it off, and I mean, don't really have a whole lot to do at this point.
She probably realizes that it's too small to go down. She's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasted a good quick knot.
Yeah, god damn it.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I mean, I think that's it.
You could say something. You basically have like the free action of something you might want to say to Codex or Daelin or Yog if you want to yell. But
I don't think Yog's paying attention.
yeah, it'd be pretty. Yeah. Okay.
Where'd the angry eyes go?
Okay, so that was about a 13. So Codex with a 10. Yeah.
well-
So perception check to start. I don't care if you do it. Say it might be a little lower DC since you're seeing Val fly in action and Daelin even, kind of mentioned something. Okay, great roll. Yeah, there's a bear down there. Not really sure what it's getting involved with, but it seems to be in some kind of aggressive stance. And, you can hear snarling and scraping of claws and teeth. But you're not really sure what it's attacking. Can't really see the ooze at this point.
Well, I guess if we can't really fit down, I'll just try to yell at him. Get back up here! Hurry up!
Okay. I'd say Yog, you're probably able to hear that. You're not that far away. It's not that hard to make a perception check. So I'd say you can hear that your allies are behind you at this point.
My buds.
Yeah. Codex, anything else you want to do? Again, not much you can do, but
No.
okay. Yog, you are up.
Yog's stupid, but Yog's not so stupid that Yog doesn't realize that Yog can't get back up through that grate as a bear. And Yog also knows that Yog can't turn into a lizard right now, or anything else small. Yog's just gonna keep smacking away, trying to
Okay.
here.
Okay, so claw and a bite attack.
Claw and a bite. The bite is a nat 1.
Okay, that misses.
Yeah.
So you break a tooth off on some rock that as it shifts away, it's able to, whether it did it intentionally or not, as it's shifting in amorphous form, it shifts away from your bite and you get a good chunk of rock and snap a tooth off.
Well, at least it'll be back.
Yeah.
It's turn away. The claw, though, is a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Oh, I forgot to add in rage damage last turn. I'll add it in this turn. That's
Okay,
my bad
yep.
for forgetting. So
We'll call it evening out for the rock
yeah.
AC that I didn't think about.
Yeah. 6 plus what is it, 2? Plus 2 plus 2 is 10 total.
Okay, that is enough. This isn't the super healthy creature, so this was the claw, so you're able to get it as it shifts away, kind of, it's this big bulbous form, so where it shifted away, all of that mass came up on the other side of it through the rocks, and that's where you're able to scrape down with your claws, digging in deep, and just rips a giant glob of it out, smacking against the ground, and as you take a breath right before you start another attack, it does seem to be unmoving, and it does kind of seep out from underneath the from through the cracks of the rock, and it actually into the water a little bit, into the sewer water. So that seemed to be the only threat. The three of you up top, you're still definitely again getting weird looks, probably even some more so with Codex yelling at these three people that are really interested in this grate. But for the time being, everything you left your eyebrows.
No.
And goatee. And my goatee.
And goatee, yeah. But the situation seems to be calm at this point.
I've slayed the mustard ooze.
Wait, we can put text on the map now?
Yeah, you've been able to do that.
Yog is a little worried that that there might be other threats around, so Yog is not going to turn back from a bear, but Yog will kind of look up, grab the gem, and kind of look up at all of them, and just shake his head.
Y'all,
Like a little bear shrug.
can you get back up?
I don't think he's gonna fit, Val.
Fuck.
There must be a way in and out where they can access, right? I'm sure. If all of us walk together somehow.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
How much armor do I have to take off to be able to fit through this? Or is that, like, absolutely not possible?
Oh man, I'll say since you broke the grate.
Codex broke the gate. Thank you very much.
I mean, that is a collective view. I would say if you went armorless and probably had a little bit of time, which again isn't going to be the least, because you're going to have to be a little careful wedging yourself down, as well as deal with about a 12-foot drop, but I guess you do have the ability with rope. You could do it, but it's definitely not going to be a quick slip-in kind of situation. And yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Shit.
Switch to this. Whoever's the host, if you want to switch to the second video on the current playlist.
I think
It's
it's
the Squatch.
Squatch.
Oh wait,
Oh,
can I revoke
shit.
host control?
I don't...
Oh, I could have.
It's too late now.
Alright, that's perfect.
Wow.
Thank you. I could have done it because I'm admin in this channel.
There you go.
Should I jump down?
Yeah.
Should I jump down there?
You're the host now again.
Yeah.
I don't want that kind of power. I can't handle the responsibility. Yeah.
Would you ask Val?
Should I jump down there?
Are you asking
It'll take a
the
little
party
bit.
in
Yeah, that's almost a partially rhetorical question.
Here's the question: Would they know at this point that Yog will be able to transform again, given enough time resting?
I feel like that they would. I feel like it's one of those things that, yeah, it hasn't explicitly come up in conversation, but you guys having lived with, adventured with each other, like, I feel like that would be a natural thing that you all would talk about. So yeah, I would say that you all collectively understand that after 30 minutes of rest, Yog would be able to transform into a small creature that could, like an iguana that could climb up a rope. I would say that's within your guys. I'd say you guys have a fairly good knowledge of all y'all's abilities.
Nice. So, okay.
You guys could just come back in 30 minutes.
Well, if it takes 10 minutes to take my armor off, I don't want you to be alone.
Yog at this point has no idea what they're doing. Yog just kind of like goes off and lays down.
On the sewer floor.
Yog slept in worse places.
Oh my god.
Make a perception check, Yog.
Oh boy.
And the three of you, I mean, you guys have been kind of standing up there for a minute. Are you all just like poking your heads into the grate basically at this point, or are you moving about?
Yeah.
Can we look around for?
Val is what? Poking head in or moving around?
Yeah, keeping like a huge eye on Yog down into the sewer.
19 perception.
19? Okay. So you kind of saw it for a moment in the initial and during the fray, but there is another glimmer. It's actually more this way a bit, to your right as you entered in. It's actually is a little covered in kind of muck, but as you kind of relax and settle in, it's not as large as the sapphire, but it's a fairly clear, large diamond there, because the cat said there were two things that got knocked out. So
Yeah, I did remember. I think I wrote that down. Yeah, two of them.
Yeah. I figured you got time, you would be able to notice that. So.
Happy bear noise. And then, Yog will kind of just set both of them over here in the corner and then lay down.
Sure. Okay. So Val is keeping an eye through the grate at Yog. Codex, what were you saying? You were looking around topside?
I guess maybe for like another entrance, but I guess that'd be kind of tough to see.
Yeah, I mean, make a perception check.
Let's see. Ooh, perfect.
Yeah, nothing of note. I mean, there's a lot of bodies around. It's hard to tell. It's kind of open area. I mean, there's building. It's an open area in your immediate vicinity, but I mean, there's buildings and whatnot around. So no entrances that you can see from your current point. Daelin, anything you're doing?
Just keeping an eye out. There's not really anything you can do right now.
Okay, perception check. And then while you're rolling that, remind me, the rope is tied to the grate, which is kind of precariously sat in its broken state, right?
Well, I think Val would have moved it more onto the solid road next to it, but the rope's tied to it, so the rope is kind of like still dangling down.
Sure. Okay. Okay, so an 18. So, yeah, I mean, looking about, no entrances that you can see topside, but you do see those guards have kind of continued their circuit around, and they're starting to get to the point where they're going to see you guys back in the spot that they just kicked you out from. Because they're just kind of doing laps and whatnot, so they don't seem to have noticed you yet, but you're going to have a very limited amount of time before they likely do, because you guys are very obviously crouched in this spot, but you can see that the tip of that spear is kind of moving its way through the crowd, and you can see that.
Perhaps we should put the grate back for now, until those dark guards go past again.
I don't want to leave
Looks
them
like,
down there.
Looks like they're making rounds.
I really
Sounds
don't want to leave him
good.
down there.
I'm not saying we leave him, but we shouldn't be caught here either. At least not when they come back.
Fine.
So you guys, what are you doing? Moving?
Yeah, Val will put it back.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, pretty much right as.
I say that loud enough for that. I assume y'all could have heard that. I mean, right over the hole.
Okay.
We're not leaving you.
Well, I would say you hear that. I think it's
Yeah.
pretty clear. It's quiet down there. It's just like the rushing. Again, I keep saying rushing. It's not going that fast, but it's not hard to hear them. It bounces, it echoes. It's fine. Bears have good enough hearing.
If anything, Yog finds it weird that that comment was made because Yog never once doubted that they would be leaving him, or he never once thought that they'd leave him.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys topside just start kind of milling about, keeping an eye on the guards who were very close to seeing you there, but as you guys move about, you know, they aren't paying any mind.
Idiots.
Be able to. So you know, when they continue their patrol, they're away from the grate. You guys return there. I mean, I kind of want to resolve this before we end the session. I know it's getting late.
I can't believe we're ending the session on this. We didn't even get to start tracking that
We didn't
guy.
even get to the actual job.
You got the cat quest done though.
Not the
Fucking
cat.
cat.
So what are you guys doing topside? Let's talk a little bit more.
I guess just walking opposite
I think
direction
Val's
of
just
the
gonna
guard.
wait.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
wait.
Val's waiting at the grate. Codex
Well,
is
not like-
walking opposite direction.
Not like directly at the grate, but just chilling in that
Yeah.
area.
Right.
I think if
within
they
like eye in your shot.
if they ask, like, I mean, she's just doing her job.
Okay. That's fair. Okay. Codex, you said you're walking where?
Yeah, maybe just around here. Not too
Okay,
far.
Just to look inconspicuous, or are you looking for entrances still?
Inconspicuous.
Okay. Yeah, so you mill about. A lot of food vendors, fish, postal areas nearby. Yeah. And then Daelin.
So how long, roughly, is this whole sequence of them, like, us needing to be away from it before they are away far enough where we can go back? Like, how long
Like
do you
they're-
think that's gonna...
Like how frequent is their patrol and everything?
Not necessarily how frequent, but just how long from the point where they would notice us to the point where they would no longer notice us. How long about that? Would that be like 2 minutes or something?
Oh, like them, like they're
Walking past, basically.
Yeah. Probably a little more than that. It's probably more. I mean, the most recent duration, because it was they kicked you out, combat began. There was a few rounds, which is only a few seconds, obviously. So yeah, it's like probably 3 or 4 minutes. Was like the last. I'll say the last iteration was about 3 minutes long, between where they kicked you out, began walking away, and then when they came back to that area.
Right. Well, while they're doing their thing, assuming there's a little bit of time, Daelin is gonna quickly go to one of the little stalls
Mhm.
and get some more fried fish.
Okay. Like the same amount, like 1 serving.
Yeah. What
Okay.
he saw Yog get earlier.
Right. So it was 1 serving plus the fish or the salmon for the cat. So just the 1 fresh serving would be 5 copper.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we've got a nice cut of freshly cooked fish.
Beautiful.
Okay. Yog, are you just chilling down there?
Yeah, Yog's hanging out, man. Yeah, Yog doesn't feel any need to explore the rest of the sewers. Yog finished the quest. He has to leave now.
Okay. Okay. What else are you guys doing? So you got time, and I'll say you guys are, you know, aware enough that you're keeping an eye for when the guards return. So I would say that's not too much of an issue. Are you just waiting the 30 minutes of short rest, or is there anything else you wanted to do?
So immediately after the guards are like out of the way again, Daelin goes back over to the grate and calls down to Yog. Yog, I've got something for you. And he's gonna hold the fish out, assuming that when Yog looks up and sees him, then he can just drop it. Since he's in bear form,
Yeah.
I figured he.
Yeah,
You know what I'm going for?
Yoggle. Yeah. Yog looks up and just kind of opens that bear mouth.
Wait. Yeah, no, it's an easy transfer, not an issue. This isn't the first time. This is literally not the first time this has happened. As a bear.
yeah, actually.
A smaller bear this time, I think, but still.
Yeah, smaller bear.
Yeah. So yeah, you get a nice little sewer snack.
Delicious.
Super stacks.
So I'll say for the sake of wrapping things up, yeah, you three up top are able to move around to avoid suspicion from the guards. It's been 30 minutes. We'll say the Wildshape charges recharge, even as a bear, which is kind of a weird situation, but no reason why it shouldn't. So you've completed, at least Yog, you've completed a short rest, so you can roll hit dice if you wanted. Otherwise, you have 2 Wildshape charges left at your disposal now.
Yeah, you know what? I will roll a hit die. Why not?
Okay.
Let's do a D8 here. Actually, I have a barbarian one, don't I? What's
Was that D12?
Yeah, is that a D12? Yeah, let's use the barbarian one. Why not?
10 or 12, I'm not positive.
Yeah, it's a D12.
Yeah,
plus con, right? So so 10 plus 1 is exactly up to full health.
Wow.
Nice, right? Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, Yog will back into Yog form. Pocket the gems. This time, thinking that I don't want to actually carry these in my mouth. And as a lizard, I probably can't carry both anyways.
Yep, that was gonna be
pocket. Yep. Pocket the gems and then back into a lizard.
Yep. Okay. So after 30 minutes, for some of you, probably more anxiously long of a wait than others. 30 minutes later, roughly, 25, whatever. Iguan-Yog returns. Up the rope.
Iguan-Yog.
I'll say the grate rattles a little bit since it's just kind of sitting there resting, but you're able to hold on to it smartly enough to not, have it be an issue, since you guys aren't rushing or anything. And yeah, you now you are now reunited topside. One of you still has an iguana, but the 3 of you are able to.
Does he turn back right
progress.
away?
Yog? No.
Can I pick him up?
In fact, Yog. Yeah, go for it. Yog will let you pick him up.
I'm gonna pick him up, and then where is the nearest alley?
Unoccupied.
Yeah, back alley, where he could
it
turn
probably
back.
was going to be the one that he changed in, so about 60 feet away, just basically where he came running from, which I would say you at least notice the general direction. I'd say with enough intelligence and time, it's just across the way on the other side. So you're able to walk over there pretty easily.
Yeah, I'll carry him over
and
there.
yeah, it's unoccupied, it's quiet, there's an easy spot to... literally the exact same spot he changed into the iguana. You're both out of sight. Codex and Daelin, are you just letting Val walk off, or you stick around? Without a word, Val grabs the iguana and
She's
starts walking
angry.
away.
She does not look happy
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, storms off a bit.
Just wait right here. I don't know.
Does Val say anything?
No.
Or just carry? Iguan-Yog just kind of tilts its little lizard head at Val, looking about as confused as a lizard can look. As Yog does not understand that Val wants Iguan-Yog to change back.
Are you back in the alley at this point? I'll say you make it to the alley. No words are changed.
That's what I was assuming, is that
Yeah.
Iguan-Yog just got marched into the alley.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, you make it to the alley. You're in. It's the same spot. You're very familiar with it. Inconspicuous. Are you changing back? After presumably, or I don't know if you're setting him down or what you're doing. Val.
Yeah, I was gonna set him down. Is he changing back
Okay.
right away?
It's up to him.
Slow lizard blink. Does not change back right away.
Can you stop disappearing like that?
Lizard nod.
Lizard nod. Are you gonna change back? Or... This feels kind of weird now.
The Iguan-Yog kind of like jitters in place, as if Iguan-Yog had completely forgotten about turning back at all, and then there's Yog again, regular old Yog, grinning widely. Like,
Yog.
Yog did everything that needed to be done. Yog accomplished that quest. This was a good party adventure.
Val is glaring at him. Can you stop running off like that, please?
Yog did not run off. Yog said the plan was to go down, right?
Look, you did that in the Goblin Cave too, like a couple days ago. Just, can you stop doing that? Just disappearing without everyone else? You could have gotten hurt.
I'm trying to think how Yog will react to this, because the two events are so completely separate in Yog's brain that, yeah, Yog just kind of looks confused. Yog, but Yog just, we needed to get the gems, and Yog thought that would be the best way to get the gems, and everyone was right there. Yog did not disappear, and Yog is fine. See, Yog is fine. No hurt.
I think she just sighs.
Oh, and Yog did find, and Yog will reach into Yog's pocket and pull out the gems. Yog found the treasure that we were looking for. There was this sludgy thing that was guarding it, but Yog defeated it. Yog is strong. Tasted bad though.
What? Did you eat it? Did you eat it?
Yog. Well, when Yog is bears bite things, and so Yog as bear must also bite things. So, yes, but not purposefully. Yog did not mean to eat it, but it was living sludge thing.
Okay. Well, just... I can't protect you if you keep just running off like that, so... Please... Don't do that again.
Okay. Next time, Yog will let Val turn into a creature and go into the sewers first. Understood.
I don't think I can do that. But
Yog is completely sincere when he says that. There's no sarcasm at all.
Right.
Oh, because Val does not like sewers. Yog has noticed Val likes to be clean. Then Yog will not go into any sewers anymore.
great.
Yay.
Great.
Yay.
Great.
Yog
Good
learned the
talk.
wrong lesson.
All right. Is there anything between your conversation? Because I feel like you two are talking about completely different things, and that's fine. That's how this would go. But I think we could have miscommunication between Yog and Val for 3 hours every session.
Oh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I love it.
Val's finally understanding what Yog's adoptive family had to go through for years.
Codex, Daelin, anything you talk about while those two are gone?
No.
Nope. I think we just fixed everything up and just.
Yeah, I think the
Untie the
world's,
rope. Take the rope
world's
with you.
healing now. So,
So the world is healing.
Well, I guess Val's just gonna turn and just walk off.
Okay. So we'll say you reconvene. Obviously, we can end here. You can pick up any conversation that you want to have that unpacks what just happened.
I think
As
she's
a
gonna
full
ignore
group.
them. She is just walking off. She doesn't care if they
Okay.
follow.
Okay, so we'll reconvene with Spiteful Val, and that's
Yep.
fair.
Spiteful Val and beaming Yog. Yog
Yog
thinks
is so good.
Yog completed the quest, and Yog learned the lesson that Val was trying to teach Yog. Yog is doing great. Yog is on really on the right path here.
Okay, so I think we can call it there. Presumably you guys will pick up, obviously at this spot, but then prepping for your stealth mission
The actual
at
job.
8 p.m. Since since it's only like 10:30, 11 a.m. It's probably like 11 a.m. at
Well,
this point.
Yeah,
Since
I
you guys
think
had to rest for 30 minutes.
if we need a direction, Val is going back to the temple.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, so Val stormed off. Okay. Sounds good. Well, good job. Hey, we had some combat. Yog had combat.
Oh
Yog
my
had
god.
combat.
I mean, we all got a turn.
Everybody got a turn and got to do something.
Almost everybody got their nat 20 for the session. Even
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, I didn't. I didn't get my nat 20.
No, you did.
He
You
did.
had
He
like
did
at
say
the end of
almost.
last session.
Well, I got-
Yeah.
Almost.
I had my nat 20 last session, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all
So
for
it was a
an
nat
important
20.
thing.
Nat 20 to tear off a sewer grate, a metal sewer grate. Nat 20 to lie to the guards with the. What was your lie? That you were just trying to see how much rope you had left?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was just counting how much rope I had, and there was a hole in the ground. The grate broke.
mind your business, guards.
Yeah.
I know you had your
dwarves
first-
measure their rope in peace.
You had your first semi-hostile interaction with guards, and you guys lied your way out of it expertly. That sure was a D&D session.
That was.
There was
very
even
D&D.
flirting. There was
Yeah.
even flirting.
No, shifted like 4 different times.
We hit like everything.
Yeah, honestly, RP, flirting,
Combat.
drinking,
There was
combat,
a
talking to animals,
Escaping the
there was a
guards.
There was a yak.
There
We
was
stole
a
the
yak,
yak.
guard interaction, breaking,
God.
breaking government property.
Destruction
There's
of
a
public
sewer,
property.
That's pretty D&D.
Yeah,
Sewers are
always
pretty
have to have a
D&D.
sewer level.
Oh
Even
my
only one
god.
of you went into it for a brief moment.
Completely skipping an entire dungeon.
Yeah, there's other means.
Oh yeah.
Well, this
oh
is-
no, yeah.
this isn't
I
really the
see
last time
those
we go down
paths.
there.
I see
Yeah.
those paths.
Oh my
dude.
god.
Yeah, this isn't a small map.
This is not a small map. I see that little Iguan-Yog off to the corner there. This is-
In the dev asset room.
Oh
No,
man.
but this was fun. This was good. So,
Yeah.
and this was not the area that I had a loophole in or a plot hole in. So, I think you might have missed that, Sasquatch. At the beginning, I was saying like, I realized recently that one of the hooks had a part that wouldn't have made sense if it played out how I thought it would. So I'm glad that we didn't go down that route. So I have time to hash that
rewrite it.
up. Mhm.
Yeah.
Won't be a huge rewrite, but I just need to shift a little bit.
Yeah. You're welcome, Ben. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah.
I'm
No, you
gonna
guys did
take.
great.
We can take credit for helping you out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or Val.
So glad we did the
honestly.
cat quest.
Oh, uh, Poor
Oh
Val.
my
Yeah.
god. Val deals with
Marissa
so much
is the
shit.
only- Marissa's the only positive for Val.
Yeah, I do. She does feel vindicated that Marissa also hates Carl.
Yeah.
Didn't say
Another
hates
Carl
Carl,
hater.
but just does not enjoy him very much. She was being kind of polite too.
Diplomatic
Yeah.
would be a good word.
Yeah, yeah.
It is a fellow merchant, you know. You gotta...
A neighboring merchant. Yeah.
Well, he was
Yeah,
racist,
funny. I didn't think he
so
was gonna come up.
In Val's mind, Marissa hates Carl too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and Marissa does provide a little bit of sanity for a party that just doesn't
Mm-hmm.
like. Marissa finally validated how Val feels.
yeah.
For real.
At the party.
Right. Yeah. Just
Oh,
imagine if
man.
you'd broken through the floor. How that
Oh,
would have
man.
been.
Oh my god.
giant.
We might have been kicked out. We
Oh,
might have
for-
just
oh.
been kicked out. Yeah.
No, you
Mike?
probably would have been like arrested because yeah, that's like a massive amount of damage. Like all goodwill would have been gone. For sure. If a yak plopped down into the first floor
God.
at midnight. After you guys blatantly talked about a yak attack plan. Like it's not even like you could have talked your way out of it. It literally was something you had just discussed to her, and she had no idea that it was actually going to be put into motion later
It's-
that evening.
Our fault that they don't have a yak plan.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They don't have any yak sacks. I mean,
So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I think this is definitely testing Val's limits. Yog is
And then the
so
party's just gonna follow Val like little puppies to the temple, wondering what hijinks they're all gonna get into next.
Yog is so lucky that she thinks of him as a younger brother.
no.
He doesn't know that has not gotten through to him yet.
Oh right.
But
Probably
you
not.
know,
Yeah, I don't. It hasn't. That's the specifics hasn't gotten through to Yog. Yog does think of the party as basically family, but that's like Yog doesn't specify in his brain. Like there's no titling in there. You know,
Right.
there's no difference.
Hey, Yog did start to recognize that, like, you know, not changing into animal form,
Yes. Yep.
surrounded by people, as well as listening to Val a little bit more.
Yog is
Imagine.
learning.
imagine.
Just not always what Val wants
Right.
Yog to learn, but
Exactly.
It's right. Don't
And
get
hey,
me
you guys made it
wrong.
out of the suit.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Me as a player, Grim, I am totally encouraging you. But unfortunately, Val does not see it the same way.
Yeah.
no, I don't imagine they do. But
Just
I
trying to-
was worried. I was a lot more worried about that fight than it ended up.
Hmm.
Oh
That-
my
yeah.
god,
that
yeah.
initial 12
Well, fucking
damage hit
ooze.
was-
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my
So
god.
it's a gray ooze. It only has an
Yeah.
AC of 8. And it only has a +3 to hit. So it was like 1d6 + 1 bludgeoning and 2d6 acid. And it
So-
has some like it has some resistances to like acid and stuff, but that obviously didn't come into play. And if you
Oh,
try and
yeah.
attack it with metal weapons, that's a problem. Or if you have
Metal
metal
weapons
armor, that's a
melt
problem.
away.
Yep. So your armor gets like permanently disfigured.
Unironically, the best person in the party to fight the ooze
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
was Yog.
Well, if that grate opening was large enough, Val 100% would have jumped down there
Right.
Oh yeah.
to
yeah.
fight
But
it.
then your
Which,
sword would have been messed up.
yeah, that
but-
would not have been great. That would have consequences, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I think that's, I guess, technically a war memento.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not just like an interchangeable longsword that you could just find.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Yog would have been really deep in the shit for that. So.
Really should get an alternate weapon though. Like
Mhm.
Well, she does. She has a short sword. It's really just her longsword and her dagger, right? The important ones.
Yeah.
But she would.
So yeah.
Val does not know anything about oozes, so.
That's fair. That's fair. Yog didn't
Yeah.
either. Yog knows they taste bad though. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been like Codex's bread and butter. I feel like that just canonically would have been
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
he would have been
maybe.
familiar with. So.
Probably basics at the academy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever college Codex goes to.
Mhm.
Codex has like 7 PhDs.
He's educated.
All right.
Okay.
So
well,
I know it's late. I know we'll probably have.
Let me go ahead and end the
scheduling
recording.
with- Yeah.
So,
I'm sure scheduling will
bye,
be fun
bye
with
YouTube.
internship.
Everyone say
Bye,
bye,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Later.
Bye, YouTube.
Goodbye,
YouTube.